Oh yeah.
Oh, stats.
Yeah. I expect a bit of an early. I do expect combat this session, so it depends on how
Those are
things
some
roll out.
Hey! I've got
Yeah.
a one with their name on it.
Yep. Um. So we'll start with doing a bit of a recap. I know we are here with the discussion with the pseudo king, McKenna Lord Stedger, and I'm gonna rewind things back a little bit to where we're still in the dock of the hangar, just because it's a better place to introduce some new characters. Which, yeah. Anyway, so we talked with Lord Stedger. This is let me get some little background music going. But we talked with Lord Stedger, and he basically told us that the drill wasn't finished. Because of problems with working with the guild, he even had to take it to one of his off the book kind of factories. But because manufacturing of these soldiers is so important that all of the factories are basically can't do any kind of real work. Um, but he offered you all a solution. Now, every McKenna Lord has a solution to this problem, and it was agreed that whoever could figure out how to solve this Titan problem, these Titans that are making it across the drifts to us, would be named as the next king. And half the problem right now is that there is no king, and everyone has to kind of manage themselves. And because the factories can't be freed up because there's no king to really lead the order, solving the crisis of these Titans would basically guarantee a king. And if you help them, whoever you would help would probably lift the ban or lift the like ban on making anything other than soldiers to fight and sit out into the drifts, and probably get your drill finished. Now Stedger's the one who owns the drill and he knows how to finish it, so I think we just kind of jumped with him and his plan. And he basically told us that, well, his plan is, he didn't really share it with us. He doesn't trust us yet, but the first part of his plan is to acquire an item from one of these titans. He's going to send you all off onto the drifts themselves to fight one of these titans.
The drifts, where is this?
These are the frozen drifts. These are the giant ice shelves to the left of the continent, which I could drag you all over, but I think I have a map just there somewhere too. I'll just drag it out and link it. Come on, there you go. So the ice shelves to the west of the continent. This
Oh,
is
yeah.
this is where the drifts are kind of freezing over more solidly, and the Titans are actually able to cross it onto Tavon. And this is a problem because just one Titan rolling over the mountains on top of us destroyed almost the entire, I think it was the northwestern mountain range. And this is where all the homes of the Arakocra and the Harpy races were. So now they're kind of refugee races at the moment with their homes destroyed. But
That's what they get for not being able to beat them up.
yeah, by the time they were able to subdue the Titan and kill it, it had destroyed almost all the homes. The at least in that area. But Lord Stedger said that the details on breaking down this Titan is that there's actually a plan to take it down. That he needs a specific one dead, and there's a person in the Slayer village who's been researching this one and has a plan to take it down. Because he wasn't going to just send you all against after a Titan, that's just suicide, but there's actually something in the works for it. And you are to go to the Slayer village and find this person, and they will clue you, and they will tell you clue you in further on what's going to happen.
All right.
And I believe we went and talked to Double G, uh, and she's going to fly the airship over to the drifts. And this is kind of where we're at. We're all going to the hangar to meet up. We're gonna buy some supplies. Cold weather gear, which is only like 20 gold, but cold weather gear could be wherever you want it to be. So y'all can kind of fashion yourselves however you wish. I don't know, all of you need it as much as the others.
You know that swimsuit Borat wears? That one. That's my cold weather gear.
You're gonna be pretty chilly, and you might
The
turn
yellow
on
man
Archimedes.
Oh yeah, Archimedes is especially shriveled right now.
Scroll on down here. And this is kind of where we're meeting up at. As we come to the Double G's garage, she'll already be up there making preparations, loading the ship up with various kind of supplies, and see, it's mostly just food and stuff. Scroll down. There we go. You'll also see you'll see Zilk standing at the side of there. She seems to be waiting for not actually no. Well, you all arrive. Iris, Jaeger, Archimedes. You end up following Double G along the way since you found her at the base, the little ruined building, and you all make your way over here. And you'll find her on the ship itself. She'll throw down this little kind of ladder here for you to come up on the deck. But on there's these little ramps on. Let's see here. On the other side here are large ramps that fold down, and you can climb up here onto the deck, the second deck of it. But she's calling you all to meet up onto the bridge. And let me pull a few people out here.
Am I here? Like, has Mel been here the whole time?
Yeah, you followed Ba here along with Double G. Let me find your character token.
Oh, yeah, I just moved it, but I don't actually have a picture yet. I'm like sitting in front of my sketchbook with like a half-finished picture of my new elf self, but like for weeks I've been thinking, oh, I'll do it later, and now it is later, and I haven't done it.
I thought I had a token. Hold on.
I mean, I can upload a token really quick if it would expedite things.
I thought I already had one set to your sheet. It's on these pages somewhere. Maybe it was on this one. Hell no, it wasn't. Oh, I can get it fixed real quick. It's not a problem. Let's see. Just use your old token. Anyway, let's bring you to the token layer. And Mason, you'll be in this little building as well, with Double G. As you all board, you Jaeger and everybody, they'll be in this little top room here. I've got a picture for you all for the a little bit of information about the airship. That's basically what it looks like.
Oh, does it not have a balloon?
Oh no.
Ooh.
But it is look like it's made from secondhand parts and scrap metal. Double G does not have access to, or doesn't have the money for nice, clean, slick metal. But it is in this room here, on the top, in the middle room. This is kind of a little supply room, a little table, and on the shelves there is just bunch of random supplies like rope and just basic adventuring stuff. Here you will see Ba, company along with Double G and wherever Mel ran off to. I didn't diamond colliding that up, did I? No, I didn't do any diamond colliding on this level. No point in it. So Ba is here, and he introduces you to a new character. Just simply say, "Welcome. I found another new recruit for you to help you out. I hear you are planning to take on a Titan. You might need all the extra help you can. I've got a few more adventurers over in the Slayer's Drifts already, but here's a new recruit for you that has expressed interest in helping you." And he kind of points over to this new character, Mason Blackwell. Mason, if
Yeah.
you'd like to introduce your character.
Yep. Mason looks very much like the picture. A young, he's a young elf, specifically a high elf, but he doesn't look like he has any sort of like. He doesn't look stuck up at all. He looks very laid back. He kind of has some grease on him. He has a little headband with a few different like magnifications on it, as the picture shows, and he looks like he's probably fiddling around with it's like a tinker's kit, some tinker's tools in his hand. And he gets up and says, "Hey, name's Mason. Guess we're gonna be doing stuff."
You're a little young for my taste, but all right.
Well, thank God for that. Like does like a mocking like a phew, but he like rubs like a smudge of something on his forehead without realizing it.
Mason, for you, since you're heavily involved with the one races, this airship is a technological marvel. You've only heard rumors of this thing existing. At least not one without it as accompanied by a blimp, but one powered by a machine alone. And you do recognize the pilot, Double G. She is best known because she basically set the standards for the ring race back in the day when she was a kid. This is pretty much most all like current models stem off her initial designs, but everything's kind of went its own way. But she's the one who set the standards for what the ring race is today, like how fast you can go and things like that.
Gotcha. So he's just meeting her now.
Yeah, Bob brought you on. She comes out her little captain's quarters. She'll just kind of shout to everybody, "Yes, hello. Well, if everyone is here, I've got a few more preparations to make. Is there the rooms are downstairs. Feel free to explore the ship while I prepare for take off, I guess."
Do you need a hand with that? You know, I'm quite handy, and this ship has a reputation.
Ship has a reputation?
Half of it looks like it's falling apart.
You guys know nothing. Now this, and he like taps on like a chair or something. Like this is a masterpiece.
Is it abomination?
Mel will go and like start petting the wall. Does it feel like it's solid?
It feels like you're slapping scrap metal. Very.
But it's not like it doesn't like move when I push on it.
No.
Okay. It seems good. He seems okay. I'm sure it'll be fine. Mel says out loud.
It is disgusting.
No accounting for taste, you know. Function over fashion and all that. Mason shrugs.
That swamp we was disgusting, Iris. This is a whole other level.
Disgusting metal. Metal is horrible. Only monsters use.
I know it's not my father's. It's the best thing I could build so far. And as you all did board the ship, like on the deck itself and on the little cargo bay deck, there are like deep gouges of metal just where things have been scraped across it. Not polished at all. Those of you who aren't wearing shoes might step on a spiky bit every once in a while. But it
Iris
is.
goes back down the ladder before we take off. And grabs a large bucket of dirt.
Alrighty. Well, before you take off, Zilk will actually fly on board. Let's see, where's her token at? And she seems a little out of breath. She flies in at almost Mach speed. Iris, you were the first to notice her as she comes into the garage doors. She kind of notices you right away and does a flying dive bomb hug on you, like she is coming to be her normal standard of greeting people. Oh, thank God you haven't taken off yet. I've got something to ask you. She doesn't let go. She just hangs off your neck until you pry her off.
Iris doesn't care.
You just keep walking with her.
It's a necklace now.
I need a favor to ask of you. Actually, where's everybody else? She kind of looks at everybody. And then she flies on board. Actually, I need to talk to the bot. I'll be right back. You wait here. And she flies off. She'll, the rest of you, you'll actually see out the little short window a feathered figure fly on board. She actually flies all around the deck. She seems to be looking for something. Until she finally does like slap to the edge of the window here. You see her face pressed against the glass as she notices you all in there. She'll hear shouting at something through the glass, but you can't quite hear because it's muffled.
I think she's trying to get your attention. Double G? No, she's definitely screaming, Mel. Yes, Mel.
Mel jumps in surprise. Yes! And we'll go out of the little cabin.
When you open up the door, she seems surprised that there's a door there at all. Like, oh! Then she she takes a few steps back, and then flies forward and gives you a flying dive bomb hug. Mel, it's been so long since I've seen you. It's literally
Mel
been
will
less
hug
than a
back.
day.
It's been so long since I've seen you. Mel attempts to mimic what Zilk had said, but doesn't really succeed.
Give
Yeah.
us a performance check.
Yeah, it's been less than a day since she's seen you. There are a few rusty parts, so you might want to avoid those if there's any jutted parts. But she'll just say, "I need a favor to ask all of you." She wants to go into the door, but she doesn't want to let go either.
What do you need? And Mel will walk in through the door and bring Zilk with her.
Alrighty. For the rest of you, you kind of know who this character is. But for Mason, you see a small harpy dangling around the neck of Mel, this tall high elf character.
I'm kind of, or Mason kind of like does like kind of like the sideways look to like get on the same level as her, and he kind of waves.
She wants to wave back, but she is currently hanging on. Without letting go, she sort of crawls up you, Mel, and hangs off your back. You got a small cloak of feathers as she wraps her wings around you, and she just keeps talking like it's normal. I need a favor to ask of you. Can we? Well, I need a lift to the desert, and you all are going to the drifts, which you pass by kind of close. Mind if we hitch a ride?
I don't see why not. Is it will it add too much weight to this dear ship? And Mel gestures to the ship, which, maybe isn't the most beautiful or stable in the whole world.
Double G just slaps one of the walls. Oh yes, this clunker will do. It'll go the mile. She slaps it a little too hard, and you hear like something fall, maybe a nail or a screw.
Mason walks up behind her and just kind of tap and starts mending the wall.
But Zilk will look a little ecstatic as you can sort of feel her feathers ruffle a bit as she oh good. I just need to go get my group. It's Raza and well, we need to take my kid's father to the desert to bury them. And Raza's going to join us, and there's someone else. You see her voice kind of trail a bit, but yes, we should be able to get here tonight. Can you all wait till tonight before you take off?
I don't think we're in any huge hurry, but it's up to the Ascendant One.
Who's
ascended what?
The Ascended One. How do you not know this, but you know about some flying hunk of rust?
Calling it a flying hunk of... No, this thing's important. It goes fast. It's, doesn't look pretty, but
sure.
that can be shored up as he like finishes the mending. There's like a little bit of like, I imagine it's like there's this one little like square of like nice and shiny and new metal, and everything else is just like rusted and rough around it.
Mel will also start casting mending. Now, bear in mind, Mel is
to
also
keep
a
it
high elf.
rusty.
Okay, so you don't look like the picture.
No, I don't. Sorry.
Okay,
I had a little death and reincarnation a little
yeah.
a while
It was
back.
a slight
I
druidic reincarnation.
I remember. Right? Yeah, I was a little confused because I was like, I thought you weren't an elf anymore, and then you're like, oh, I'm still a high elf, and I'm like, wait, what? Yeah, that's all good. Yeah, I see you use mending, and yeah. See, look, we'll spend a little bit of time, get it looking nicer. I don't know this ascending one though.
Sigwara will kind of inspect your clean spot, and he'll say, "I'm not so sure that's a great idea. I mean, if you're just stripping the rust off, it's gonna rust again, and eventually you're gonna run out of oxidizable material."
All right, we'll do a patina. My own vehicle choice. Got a nice little tina on it.
But wait, I didn't realize that this would make anything go anywhere. And Mel starts like inspecting the wall that she has cast mending on as well. I thought it just made it shiny again. I didn't realize it was removing anything. Oh no!
It's fixing it.
What? No, don't you know what rust is?
No.
Yeah.
What's rust?
No, it's not just
rust.
Rust.
Is one of the best ways to
mend it up.
prevent steel from corroding. This is coming from a person who's actually certified in how to prevent rust and corrosion.
I think as we launch into like a scientific debate, Zealk would realize that it doesn't seem like we're going anywhere anytime soon.
No, Zilk flew off halfway through it. The conversation kind of going over her head a bit. She whispers into Mel's ear quietly, "I'll be back," and flies off. Now Zilk is a very fast harpy. She has a few magic items to augment her speed. Pretty quick. She used to be a courier, so delivering supplies and magic items to people before she
takes note.
She is one of the faster people. If you consider flying speed, one of the faster people on the continent.
Can I check? I want to check that. Can I? I don't know. Investigation, perception.
Yeah. Give whichever one you think would be better.
I'm guessing perception. I'm just like checking. Yep.
Okay, so you know her speed is not natural. She has a few magical items that do augment her speed, and when she does take off, like she takes off at full speed. There is no lag in her speed at all. She is possibly faster than by herself than some of the racers you've seen, which is pretty impressive because those things are pretty fast by themselves. You feel like if you some of those contestants can actually beat her speed, but for a natural speed of herself, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, he'll make note of that, and then like has like a little like there's like a little journal he has, and he kind of like scribbles down like ask about Zilk's magic items.
Alrighty. Anyway, so if you're all gonna wait for her for the nightfall, you all are free to explore the ship. Double G will be very proud to give you a tour as she walks around. Though her tour tends to stop at like a single screw of a railing as she goes into like where she acquired it from, the tensile strength, or not tensile strength, but like the properties of this screw and things like that. You'll probably be better off exploring on your own and figuring out what things are.
Mason's still gonna stick with it because he wants to know all the details because he's, this thing has a reputation. And it goes fucking quick, and he wants to learn what he can.
Yeah, her father's airship has the reputation. You feel like this one is almost an imitation of it, but it is, as you kind of follow along with her, you figured out that she has put a lot of heart into her creation, and she is the one who built this. And for it to be something she built by herself, not the work of any factory or financial aid, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, he'll like do like a mending patch here or there whenever she's explaining things. So like the ship has a bunch of like random shiny squares on it.
Yeah. And we'll just move her up here. Eventually, before takeoff, someone else will join you. It will be a familiar face to most of you. It is the Blind Raven, and accompanying on her shoulder is a little fairy. Now, she has two of her goons bringing a chest on board, and she'll make her way up through the bottom deck. She is not going to climb a ladder. So kind of, and she'll drop the chest down and just say, "Here you go, as promised, your chest and your items." And these are the same items I kind of presented to you all before. Nothing new, just kind of saving face here. You do see the little fairy here who seems very proud of herself, very self-important. Some of you know who this character already is, but it's just she happened to be visiting at the time.
Did we sort out the items last time?
I don't know, but that's not the. Forgot she existed, but it's. I like the character. If she says she is very busy and she must be on her way. If there's any question about the items, ask them now.
What
Yeah,
exactly are these items?
I think they're under loot. It's the Frostband, Wand of the War Mage +3, Tome of the Lost Light Sworn, Staff of Frost, Belt of Tao. I think that's it.
Yeah, the rest of it was already there.
So Belt of Tao is a ring, actually, because it's made for a small thing. And you can make the ring invisible. And basically no one, I guess it's like you can like resist people trying to be telepathic with you. That's the way I understood it.
I don't remember what I asked for, but I think it was the tome.
The Tome of the Lost Light Sworn. You can increase an ability score by 2, which is dope.
She will have given you something already, Mel, before. Just have her own personal. It was actually brought to you by Faylord Mina here. You will probably have talked to her at some point before now. She did have a magic item for you as well. It is a little glass globe. Inside of it contains a a light blue spirit, a frozen spirit. It is called the Blue Satyr. Now, what this item does...
Is this somewhere? Is there a handout for this somewhere?
No, I forgot to add it in.
Oh,
I'll get it thrown in there. But it basically, she tells you it belonged to a musical satyr of the who decided to explore the drifts one day. It's another cold themed item. But you can add it onto any instrument. When you add it onto an instrument, the spirit basically possesses the instrument, turning it into a frozen. The icicles hang off of it itself, almost looks like ice. The let's see. You basically gain and it enchants the instrument, even if the instrument is already magic. Say when you're bardic instruments, basically it enchants any instrument it attaches to. It will give you the... I had them picked out already. I forgot to add them in. It basically gives you extra spells like the bardic instrument does. It'll let you use Ice Wall, Ice Storm, and it'll let you use the cantrip. Which one was it? It'll be Frostbite.
All right. Interesting.
Now, this is a spirit, a living spirit. You can talk to it. It basically turns your instrument into a sentient weapon almost. You can't talk to it. It will talk to you back. It is a frozen spirit. It does not like warmth or heat at all. In fact, if you take it to a warm area, you will start to feel it start to pull back into the globe that's attached to it. If you try to take the globe off of the instrument, it will go with the globe. But in order to basically deattune the spirit from the instrument, you basically just gotta warm the instrument up and it'll flee from it.
I see.
But it basically gets you a one a day use of Ice Storm, Ice Wall, and Frostbite just becomes a cantrip for you at that point. Not a very useful cantrip, but it fits the theme.
Makes sense.
And for everyone else, it's in the loot tab. Y'all can kind of decide what you want. I think the new guy wanted Frostbrand, though he's not here to take it, so anyone else is free to use it.
If you just
go ahead.
If you have Frostbrand, you are resistant to fire, or do you have to attune to it and be holding it actively?
You'll have to attune to it.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, if it's just on your person, you're resistant to fire, even if you're not actually using it.
You'll have to attune to it to get its properties.
Yeah, that's
even the wielding it.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like, if I don't want to wield it, but I want to attune to it for that resistance,
you can, yeah.
Okay. And what were the rules on merging items again?
You gotta go talk to a special person. There's one in Air Summit, and there's one in the Aos, the Battaglia capital. They can basically combine items, though. I mean, the attunement thing won't change at all, though. If the first effect required attunement, the second effect required attunement, that item will now take 2 attunement slots.
Oh, okay, then never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm maxed out on attunements, so.
That, or you can provide them with enough magical items, they might be able to work their magic and do something different with it.
That's fine. I don't need a magic item because I'll just use what I got.
They could probably change it to 1 attunement, but it'll probably take a lot of magic to do so. So you'd probably need to get a hold of a lot of items for them to still basically charges off of.
That's fine.
But
I will just not have any of the magic items because I'm full.
Alrighty. I think most of them do require attunement. I think most of the good ones do, unfortunately. But I rolled on a list, all except for males, and just picked the ice-themed items out of it. Not everyone was a nice themed one, but there you go. Is there anything you all would like to do on this ship before night falls?
Not
Cyrus
really,
has been
no.
busy doing it this whole time.
Yeah, what is this?
It's his mini druid grove because he
I see
doesn't want
now.
to be on this nasty metal crap.
Okay, that
So
makes more sense.
he's been gathering dirt and plants and has cast plant growth on it so that he has his own little personal druid grove.
I thought Iris was just like sick and throwing up, and I'm like, is that what this is supposed to be? Like,
It's really hard to draw with MS Paint, all right?
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have your little thing, and I summon my cart, and I'm gonna go inside. Oh.
Alrighty. So if you want to, do you all want to like?
Oh, my token's not set up.
Does it not give you control?
Oh no, it doesn't have any of the it wasn't saved to the character sheet.
I just saved a second ago. Is that not it?
Well, no, for the car.
Oh no,
yes,
no,
but
your
not.
token. Okay. All right, let me
Yeah.
delete you. Did you delete your other token?
Yeah, I wanted to put myself on top of the car, so I deleted it and pulled it out. But it
All
didn't
right,
have all
it's a
the
quick
stuff.
fix. Do you all actually want me to tell you a bit about the ship, or like tell you what each thing is kind of like? Or do you have any questions about what you're seeing on the map?
What are these metal square things with lines on them, like combs?
Where are you at in the ship?
Oh,
The front where Double G is.
I'm trying to ping it.
Oh, those are just random consoles, freeing devices. You're not actually sure what they do or what purpose they have, but you're
I
sure
better not
they're.
touch them then.
Yeah, you're pretty sure they're important for flying the ship.
I see.
Did you have any dark vision for your character?
Me, yes, I have the normal like 60-foot dark vision.
All right. What about you, Mason?
He would too, also being an elf. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. All right, let me. Then let's do your health. All right. Yeah, those are the little devices. On the front of the ship, this is like a little balcony, and this falls down to the second floor where that balcony actually is at the back of the ship. Kind of put a railing around what connects what to what. On the front of the ship where the cockpit is, there's like a little like hanging kind of ledge you can go out on. It kind of shows that a bit on the picture as well. I try to make that close to the picture as I could while still being like a D&D thing. On the second part of the ship, there's like a little cargo area which connects into the third floor, which I didn't bother doing because it's a really small floor that doesn't really have anything interesting in it. There's a lot of rooms. There's even a little bathroom in there too. Boiling water can be, well, not boiling water, but hot water comes out of the faucet onto a tub. It's a actual.
Wow, hot water. Sorry to interrupt. I just think it would be amazing on a ship to have hot water. Like that, it doesn't seem to obviously come from a spell being cast right then and there.
All right. All right. I think that should do it. And for mail, all that's good. All that's good. And Mel would now have dark vision. So 60. She does explain that the way the cockpit's kind of made, that it'll kind of blow the wind around the deck, so you don't have to worry about the wind basically flinging you guys off the deck here. Those trees aren't going to go up too far as there is kind of a roof over the top of you. But you can definitely fill to the roof with trees and shrubbery and greenery.
As long as he has somewhere green to go.
All right.
Yeah, as soon as you finish growing some shrubbery, Don Saguaro will like see it and be like, "Oh, hey, look, this is great," and he'll just sit down and photosynthesize while chattering at you nonstop the whole time, ruining your one place of sanctuary.
You probably didn't notice the beeswax inside of Iris's ears, but that's okay.
Oh, he definitely did not notice.
Okay, Mel is gonna go over as well to the plants.
Alrighty.
And take a pebble and like stuff it into the dirt and try and not have Iris see. Not for like any purpose. I just think it's funny.
Alrighty.
Well, let's see.
Stealth or sleight of hand?
Perception. Here we go. Oh, well, there you go. I guess I didn't see.
I don't actually have anything magical to do with this. I just think it's funny. That's it.
Are we doing perception checks?
Oh no, I'm just trying to hide a pebble in Iris's garden.
Okay. Yeah, Mason is just like taking a nap in his rounded cart.
Yeah, so there's a magical conjured cart. You see a bit of arcane luster, kind of sheen across it every so often. I'm not sure if you want to describe your cart or not, but he is sleeping inside of it.
It looks just like the picture. It's like a rounded cart. Maybe it's a little bit more, some like the cogs and everything is a little bit more revealed. It looks like there was a shell that was kind of torn, and it's just remained torn, so you can see kind of some of the inner workings on the back. But yeah, it's just a little rounded cart. It looks kind of unassuming, and there's a little bit of patina on it.
Is it solid? Like if I touch it? Okay.
Oh, he is like sitting in the driver's seat, like passed out.
Alrighty.
Is there a place? Does it look like there's a place where I could put a pebble where if you tried to move the cart, it would make a really annoying rattling noise?
Give me an investigation.
Okay.
Or perception, or whatever you want to do.
Investigation, I think, would make more sense. I got a 15.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the car is unlocked. He would not have locked it quite yet.
Yeah. So in the rim, you find a place where you can put a pebble where it would spin endlessly.
Aha! Perfect.
Basically, once he starts driving, you probably won't stay in there too long, but it'd be enough to kind of throw him off.
Wonderful. I'll do exactly that.
Alrighty. You take the magpie out of the male, but male's still a magpie, basically.
Of course. I mean, like, I'm so much taller. I have room for more pockets and for more pebbles.
Alrighty. Well, as night starts to fall, you can see outside starting to dim. She keeps the engines kind of prepared to take off. You feel the ship rattle every so often as you aren't sure exactly what that is, but she'll pop out and just say, "Oh, that's nothing. Don't worry about it." As she quickly runs back through the decks, basically to the third floor where all the engines and stuff are, and she'll spend some time down there before re-emerging. As eventually, someone will come by and check up on her garage. Mr. Roast would have a word with her, and she would go out of the garage and talk to them for a bit. But as night falls, where would you all be at? Because you all do have rooms you can go to, with beds in them.
Mel will go to her room with a bed in it, like a boring person.
As it gets colder, Don Saguaro will probably, bring his visor down and wear his armor, but just kind of stay outside and enjoy the grove because he doesn't need to sleep.
Yeah, Mason was already resting, so Mason's kind of like turns on the car, so now there's like a little like rumbling noise from it, like the engines. It probably isn't as loud as theirs. And looks over at Don. He kind of like car kind of rolls forward an inch as he goes to like say something, and then he stops and quickly gets out. And he starts checking all the tires because something's wrong.
Yeah, you hear this rattling sound. You're not sure what it is. Maybe something fell into the engine, or why don't you give me an investigation and see if you can figure out what it is? All right. Doesn't take too long. You hear the rattling. You hear it's from the front of the car, and you look into the spokes, and you can see something had managed to lodge itself in there. Maybe it was a piece of the jutted metal had broken off when you rolled across it, or something had fallen into the spokes of your car. It looks like a little pebble, but you're not quite sure where it came from.
Yeah, he kind of like reaches in, pulls it out, looks around confused, and he just like puts it in a pocket and so he reaches out his hand to shake yours.
So the Don is about 4 feet tall, so you have to reach down. However,
Yeah.
he's got a strong grip wearing gauntlets.
Yeah, Mason does not have a strong grip. Kind of like wasn't expecting it, but he shakes your hand.
You get your hand fucking crushed.
Yeah, a little bit.
Start like waving it back and forth like ah.
Yeah. So we're on night watch. Is that going to be a problem? I don't really know too much about your people, but I assumed you guys were good in the day.
Oh, as long as it's sunny out, we don't really need too much sleep. I'm surprised that you don't know much about our people, given that your race enslaved us, but hey, that's alright. Not everyone knows their history.
He shrugs like, yeah, I'm not a big fan of the whole slavery thing either, but I don't really pay attention to politics too much. I just do my thing, treat people decently.
Right. Well, at least you have an interesting... And he kind of tilts his head and looks at your contraption like he doesn't have a word for it.
It's an auto cart. I call her the auto runner. Just a little magical, mechanical blueprint. I can summon it, and I have a few tricks with it. I'm hoping one day to get this thing ready for the whole ring race.
I've been hearing about that a lot. Maybe I should make something.
Yeah, definitely. But you gotta go fast. Even if I poured everything I got into this, and this thing goes fast, and he points to the vehicle. Even still, I think I don't qualify. I need a little bit more of a boost. So,
can't be that hard. He shrugs and walks around to inspect. You get the feeling this is a very proud person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's starting to get that, but he himself is not. So he's just like, yeah, I'll just keep doing my thing. Yeah, if you have any questions about things, he'll offer explanations of how things work. Oh, this does that, and if you come inside, and he'll open the door.
Yeah, so I imagine that we'd spend the earlier parts of the night. I'm gonna be up all night keeping watch, kind of. But
yeah, he already slept during the day, so he's on night watch as well.
Or meditated for 4 hours during the day.
Yep, he was. Yeah, sorry, no, he actually slept. He intentionally slept.
Interesting.
He can meditate. He chose to sleep.
Man, I wonder if Mel would know that she can do that too. Probably not.
Yeah. So your body's used to doing the trance. It's hard for you to adjust at first. Imagine Mason. Do you sleep often, or do you do the trance when you can?
He usually does the trance, but I think at some point he was just like, hey, his human buddies were like, hey man, you don't sleep. You're missing out on dreams, and he's like, what the fuck are dreams? And then he started trying to sleep. It was a skill he's learned to do, and he enjoys it.
Alrighty. So Ball will be hanging on board with you all. He seems ready to get back into action. He's been kind of in a stump for all this time. some of you know it's because he lost his one friend, but he's ready to get back into it. Well, as night starts to fall, those of you who are on the deck are treated to a peculiar scene. At the entrance of the garage, you will notice a group of well-armored people kind of charge in. Heavily armored, weapons and all. Nothing uniform about them. In between them, there is a black figure. It is shrouded in looks like 3 layers of cloaks. And you see Zilk fly in shortly after them. She'll take a look around the garage and kind of motion out the door for someone else to show up. You'll see another person enter from the other side of the garage. And, no, never mind. You won't see another person enter. They'll throw the cloaks off the central figure and onto one of the guards. And they will rush back out with one less guard. You see a Zilk, this hooded figure, and Raza both rush to the flying machine. And they'll enter on the below deck. They quickly rush through into one of the rooms. Mel, Archimedes, you hear a sort of commotion as a few people charge on board outside your rooms. And Zilk will fly up, noticing you all, to the second deck and just kind of look at you, Iris, Mason, and Dawn, just say, you didn't see that. And she will fly back down and into the rooms and join her companions into one of the rooms. This hooded figure is a very small figure. You actually see a bit of glowing coming from underneath the robes, as when you do look at her when she passes by, you see the hint of glowing eyes inside of it, which sends a small chill down your spine, for those of you who made eye contact with it.
Say, what room did they go into?
They ran towards the one of the back ones.
Alright.
Which I can go ahead and bring them out. A little afterwards, Double G will kind of come out and just ask you to, was that Silk? Are we ready to go?
Yes,
I think
she
so.
seems to have arrived with whatever she was coming with.
Well, okay, well then off we go. And for those of you who are sleeping at this point, you are awakened by a sudden shift. If you were in the bed, you almost fly out of it. Some of you who are standing up kind of fall to a knee as this whole thing kind of jars, as it lifts up and takes out of starts taking out of the garage slowly. You'll hear a few concerning noises, which Double G will kind of reassure the 3 of you on the deck that nothing's there, until you hear a loud explosion, which sounds like. And you'll hear...
Mason kind of runs to help her to see if there's anything he can do, because it sounds like things aren't going great.
Oh, she'll just say, "Oh, it's fine, it's fine." She'll come over this little machine over here.
Are things fine?
Yes.
Oh,
And,
that was me asking, as like Mason looks at all the machinery.
She'll flip up a switch over here, and you hear over a loud intercom, basically. For those of you everywhere else, there's a small box that kind of shouts out at you, Double G's voice, though with a bit hint of static, as she says, "Nothing to be concerned about, we're simply taking off. I probably should have given you all the warning that we were, but everything is fine." And she does that as she quickly rushes out goes to the engine room. She's down there for a few minutes before she rushes back. She seems pretty frantic as she runs at full speed as she can. And the whole thing starts to take off into the sky and away.
Yeah, Mason's just gonna watch and study how this thing's flying.
Alrighty. So you all are jarred awake, but with the assurance of G that everything's fine. Not a confident voice. She is not a very good liar, so you can pretty much tell that not everything was fine, but she's not, calling for you to abandon ship yet.
We're not dead yet.
Yeah, she had to warn you that this invention of hers isn't exactly the most stable.
Mason kind of walks out and goes to Donnie. Says, "Hey, if this thing starts to drop," and he points to his cart. Hop in. I don't know how we can probably fit a bunch of people, 4 people safely. 6 people maybe it's a little bit iffy, but we could definitely survive a fall in it. With the feathers touch, if you get what I mean.
You watch as Don's visor slides back without him touching it, and he you see his eyes as he looks at the car, and then he looks at you, and you can see the lack of faith, and he goes, "I think I'll take my chances in my armor." But
no, he does a little snap as he does a minor illusion of you see the car start to float down as if it's a feather, and falls into his hand. It's yeah, I can do that with this whole thing. He taps the car.
Yeah, I'll consider it as an emergency option.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, if this thing looks and it's hey, this thing's a gem, but if something ever does happen, everybody in this, and then I can get us to float down. Actually, what am I even thinking? I can make this thing fly. It's just has a brain fart as the mirror image or the minor illusion switches to the car grows wings and starts flying.
Flying car.
It is a death trap.
It can't do that. I did take fly.
Alrighty.
I got a few tricks with it. We'll be fine, is all I'm saying. Just get in the cart.
Stay away from the death trap.
Alrighty. That being said, though the night does worry you all a bit as you hear the clinking and jittering of various parts of the machine as wind starts to press up against it. You might hear a plate or two fly off every now and again, but it seems to be holding stable. So you all are doing watches? Oh, yeah, what do you want to do, Archimedes?
I'm gonna ask Double G if she needs help mending the thing.
Yeah, Mason's already on it.
I'm gonna ask Mason if he needs any help.
If any of you offer to help her out, she'll just tell you to watch this machine, and if any red lights start flashing really rapidly, to let her know immediately.
Do I need to roll perception? Do I need to roll perception?
How many times do they start flashing red?
One will blink red every now and again. There are already a few red lights already there, but none of them are flashing or blinking.
What's the one that blinks red every now and then?
It seems to be altitude control.
Mason's gonna try to find where altitude control is. He knows a thing or two.
It is in the 3rd floor of the ship. It's probably just one of the engines misfiring, or basically the ship isn't staying level like it should be. It's not a smooth ride.
Right. Is it on the map somewhere, or?
No, the 3rd floor isn't. Because the only thing down there is the sub-storage. There's a very small compartment and all the engine stuff.
Yeah, well, then it's Mason is seeing that it keeps on flashing red, and he was told hey, let me know if things are flashing red, but she's not worried about it. He will he wants to investigate it himself and see if he can do something. He'll like walk by Don and be like, hey, I don't know if you know anything about ships, but something's blinking. I'm gonna go take a look at it.
Alrighty. Other than a few worrisomes, she will kind of leave the controls every now and again to go down and check on things. She doesn't sleep much at night, as she keeps doing this. She does brew a pot of really powerful, dark, black liquid she drinks on. This is coffee. So the night passes by pretty uneventfully. Yep. It passes by pretty uneventfully. With Mason's help, she is able to actually kind of keep an eye on things on the ship pretty well. Nothing really gets out of hand. So the night was smoother than what she expected. Especially with Archimedes kind of helping us out as well. The next day rolls around. She has left the controls entirely. She is flying in the right direction, and there's nothing needs to be adjusted at the moment. For all of you who wake up the next morning, you're treated to the scent of breakfast in the main supply room here. Double G will be tinkering with a machine that she's trying to make her breakfast, and she'll offer it some to the rest of you all as well. Ball will be up here as well, just kind of shaking his head, watching it. He offered it a few times to kind of just cook it himself, but the machine isn't working exactly to specification. It does burn it a little bit. A little charred, basically. She does offer to make you all some. It's a nice, big, healthy serving of eggs, some sort of juice from a fruit you're unfamiliar with, and some toast as well.
Yeah, I'll take some.
Huh. So I just noticed this, but in the second floor, there's just like a sexy dark elf girl as a carpet.
Oh yeah, that's the little.
Where is it?
That's the little common area.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask about that carpet too. Like, is it like a novelty carpet, or like, well, what's the story there?
Well, if you ask her about it, oh, that's just something that was gifted to me from I don't actually know where from.
A faraway place called Anime Convention.
Okay, I'm gonna do an insight check to see if she actually doesn't remember where it came from.
She can't really remember where she got half these parts from.
Yeah, I mean, I get the impression that she would forget her own name if people didn't remind her every now and then.
Oh god, what if she just like got everything here at like Goodwill or something, you know?
I mean, I bet she
Goodwill.
did. Or she picked it up off the ground.
Do you want used bolts? Yep.
Are they
They're a little
cheaper?
bit stripped, but it's not
Yes.
a problem.
She's like, this place needs a carpet, and she just grabbed like literally the first thing that her hand touched, you know? And
I
and this happened
imagine
to be
it's like a discount shag rug, but like it's just like something like that. She's just like, yep, that's perfect.
If you would like to investigate the rug more, you can probably investigate the rug. But from her,
I don't think we want to know what's on that rug.
from her, you can't really tell if she's telling the truth or not.
Game in one corner of it.
Yeah, but you can't really tell. You can't really tell if she's telling the truth or not. But
what does a
Not gonna
31
fit
tell me
that.
about the rug?
Oh my god.
Wow.
it is a very high quality rug. This is probably something you would find in the Marble Palace itself. It seems to be a little out of place, as the furniture itself seems to be just kind of furniture she found. What you do notice is that there is a small little indention in the rug. When you kind of investigate it further, there is a large metal plate under it. when you look at it, it looks like a little compartment storage. There is a big heavy lock on it, but the rug itself is the most out of place thing on this ship, as it is something you would find probably in a nobleman's house.
So
it's
it's like,
curious that the giant anime hentai girl is the thing that we would expect to find in the palace.
Yeah, like I'm about to say, hold on a minute. Is this like fine art print, random, like sexy elf, or like so not like I don't know mall or like bottom tier convention merch?
And like, I have like 15 different token packs where I like make these maps out of, and this is in 10 of them. I don't know where it's come from, but I figured, why the hell not?
10 of them?
Yes.
Well, we know what kind of DLC he's downloading now.
Yeah.
It's so low resolution though. Like I'm sure no
It always is.
would be able to afford like the highest resolution.
But this is, as I said, it's the most out of place thing. It's actually probably pretty expensive, but it's got a lot of dust, rust, and dirt tracked over it. It wasn't very well kept.
Prestidigitation to clean.
Yep.
You can clean the filth, but you can't clean the memories.
Yep.
Yeah. Mel's gonna try though. She's really gonna try.
It's like I can solve that with a firebolt.
So Zilk will eventually come up along with Raza, but not the third figure that most of you saw tonight. And she'll just say, "Oh, breakfast!" And Raza is a character most of you are probably not too familiar with. No, Mason probably is from the game. Sounds pretty familiar.
Huh.
This
person looks so familiar.
Yeah. I actually have drawn new art for it too, which is pretty interesting. I don't think I've shared it with you all yet.
Is it with the new pose?
Yeah. I don't think
the new pose was awesome. I wanna see the complete one of that.
I don't think I've shared it with the rest of the group. I've done a lot more work to it. But Zilk will kind of approach the table. One thing you all did not notice before, but not now that Zilk brings it up, she looks at the eggs that you're eating. She looks at the shells of it and just kind of asks, what kind of eggs are these? Zilk just, Double G looks at them, looks through the eggs she's been eating. She says, I don't know, but they're good. Got them from the market. And considering the market is also joined with the slave market, she just kind of, I'll just take some toast.
Can I check if we're eating?
RP eggs.
Yeah.
Iris, could you cast Purify and drink on my meal?
Is that a nature check?
Are they lizard people eggs? I mean dragonborn eggs? That'd be weird.
Yeah, what kind of eggs are we eating? This is important.
What, you have never eaten your small ones before?
Yeah, Mel will just shrug and say, I used to eat my eggs all the time.
I don't remember.
Fascinating.
Harpy, Zilk will just kind of put her feathers together and just say, we're not cannibals, so I don't eat my own eggs. Raza will take some and says, we are.
Mel's just like, but
Wait,
what do you do with all your eggs then?
But what are these eggs?
Oh, we usually just sell them.
Mason looks at the eggs and just like starts like trying to make out what the fuck are these eggs? What is this? Is this nature?
Yes,
Fascinating.
Investigation.
When Lizard Fox comes out wrong of egg, is dinner for everyone of family. Is this uncommon for other factions?
I try not, my people, as far as I'm aware, we don't eat other sentient races.
It's an egg. I mean, why would you go to the store and buy eggs when you make your own?
Exactly, it's waste of time.
I mean, it's not like I ever had any kids or anything, so I never really had to think about it, I suppose.
Mason just stares blankly like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, because I'm an elf, I'm not a bird person saying it.
Yeah, he's staring at you like, what the actual fuck?
Although I suppose now I have to buy eggs because I guess I can't make my own. And she looks so sad.
Mason looks very confused and like concerned that he missed an important day in like health in like class at some point. Like he's just like, I don't.
Is he questioning everything he thought he knew? Like, oh no.
He's
Do
like,
elf
he's
women
thinking
lay
like,
eggs?
yeah, he's like, am I remembering elf people wrong? It like he like looks at himself like Mason is struggling.
Am I going to lay eggs?
Oh god. Mason realizes what he's eating and he just I'll be right back.
Oh man, this real life me had this like super elaborate dream that I laid an egg, and it was like real life me laying an egg, and it was so weird.
But yeah, they are harpy eggs. They are actually common delicacy among the Earth Genasi, as they are accustomed to eating them. There are a lot of harpy slaves, and they're able to sell their eggs to, pay for a little bit to get them. Basically, it's a service they can sell that, as a slave, can make their own money.
Oh no, I can't. And he goes back and he starts throwing up more harpy eggs.
Fascinating.
Well, if you're not going to eat it, I will have a second helping.
Mason is now crawling away as fast as he can from the scent of the harpy eggs. And then he's gonna go inside the car and he's just gonna put like the air filter on to max and just kind of like laying down in the back seat, just like, what did I agree to? What did I agree to?
Before you can,
Why don't you go make sure Mason's alright?
before you completely wander off, you do see a hooded figure creep up the stairs. When Zilk and Raza see it, they kind of rush to this figure, and basically urge them to go back down. That they'll bring breakfast to this person. Once y'all give me a perception check, Iris, you don't have to worry too much about it.
My 21 passive perception is high enough.
Yeah.
Man, I wish my 15 was.
Ooh.
I'm too horrified by what I've realized. Oh my god.
All right. Most of you all don't notice nothing. Mason, you notice that where the sleeves and the robe are cut, and the height of the figure, that the figure is a harpy. Iris, you notice something odd. You catch a glimpse of her feathers, as one might fall down, and you can actually see it pretty well. They are silvered feathers, yet they have a hint of radiance to them. Not the normal radiance you know of, it's more of a blue radiance. You would recognize this as normal radiance kind of imitates the sun as like a fiery kind of radiance. This is a cool kind of radiance. It is very odd, but and you
Zeke,
definitely...
why not you bring your friend up?
Oh no, she's fine. Once we get to the halfway point, we'll be out of your hair. She kind of looks back to Raza, who rushes down and following after her. She looks like she's trying to whistle nonchalantly, like, oh, that's nothing you should worry about.
Iris debates whether to follow or not, and then realizes he'd rather just be back in his little grove, and goes back to his grove.
Iris, you have 75 health, is that correct?
No, I have 120 health. The token is wrong. I think it's linked to the old sheet.
Alright, so... Iris, there's Iris deceased, and there's Iris. Oh yeah, I never messed with the health and stuff on it.
Who's controlling Jaeger again? I know someone was.
Me.
It is Archimedes. Yeah, it is Archimedes, the old man here. He is a... I think I'd give his description before. He is a large metal man. He has a hollowed out chest. There is a faint green glow between his joints. This is a necrotic kind of energy. And on his sword, you see is wreathed in it. His sword is made from this, and the chains that connect him to him are both all made of the same metal and the same energy. He is a part of his swords, as his swords are a part of him. He does not talk. He seems more like a statue. You do see flashes of life and personality of him from time to time, but it is... You would recognize him as a Warforged. or what was once a Warforged. You can definitely
Something's
tell
off
there's
about him, though.
yeah, something's off about him. Maybe something's malfunctioning with him, but he seems to be following Archimedes and follows his every word and follows him around as he walks around and move. And I haven't given your token vision either. Let's fix that. And does Iris have dark vision? Is it 60 feet?
If I remember right, he doesn't actually have the ability, but he just has the spell. So yeah, he would always just cast that on himself anytime he needs it.
Alrighty, well, we'll leave it off.
Yeah, Mason spends a little bit of time trying to talk to this guy, like, "Hey, so what's your name, man?" Getting no response. How you doing?
It
No
just
response.
stares at you as if assessing whether or not you were in any immediate physical danger.
Yeah, Mason eventually will like start trying to have a conversation with him, but like nothing's working. So he's like, "Hey, point to things." Well, that doesn't work. It's like, yeah, Mason's like just struggling to try to have a conversation with this guy.
He does stare at you. He acknowledges your existence, but seems to have
Yeah.
problems communicating back to you. Or however you
No.
want to flavor it, Archimedes. I don't mean to take control of your NPC, but
No, I like the sort of back and forth. So long as we can handle any conflicting, stuff later. This is fine.
Blink once for yes.
he is incapable of blinking.
Yeah, Mason just keeps staring and like Mason is actively pacing back and forth, just like trying to get used to his new surroundings of harpy egg eaters and large intimidating figures who do not speak or communicate or can blink.
I forget. Are you actually from the Earthen Kingdoms, Mason, or are you from elsewhere?
I think. Hang on, let me double check. I think we said he may have been from there, but I think it was more of like. I think he's traveled around a lot, and hasn't really like been involved with like other people much. He's very self-obsessed with his hobbies. So
off the continent here, you would recognize harpies as a savage. They are a sentient race, but a more monstrous race. The harpies here are the only ones that are kind of sociable and actually are part of a society. Though most of them are still savage, but they do so to avoid contact, basically.
Yeah, he's not he's traveled a lot, but I don't think he's really learned much because he's just been focusing on what he he learned to sleep and to make his vehicle, and then it's oh, I didn't know there was this thing. So I think he's very much just no clue. Tim is just yeah, I mean, I talked to a harpy once or twice. They're people.
But as morning kind of passes by, Ball would stay at the table. He would actually start playing some of his game. Zilk would join in too. The Raza and the hooded figure would eventually come out and join. They seem to be playing this game with Ball. I think I mentioned this game to everybody before. Unless you all want to actually get into specifics of it, they are just playing an odd game. So as the day passes, what would you all like to do? Zilk will eventually walk around and pester you, trying to strike up a conversation. Ask about the adventures you've been on, but most of them will be here at the table with the flight kind of on path. She'll ask either Archimedes or Mason to keep watching on those panels for her if anything starts to blink really rapidly to let her know. But she will be in her bed sleeping for the morning.
Archie and Jaeger are just going to be wandering around, getting used to the ship and its layout. Just seeing what things are and, kind of being inquisitive about certain parts.
Alrighty. Well, Double G went to go take a nap.
Don's gonna hang out in the sunlight on the top deck, and if Zilk at any point comes to him, he'll just chat for literally hours of totally useless nonsense.
Oh, she will join you in that conversation. She loves stories, and she is happy to share in it. The hooded figure is now at the base of the table, now the group has kind of dispersed. Raza herself seems to be kind of defensive of her, but... Let's see. If there's anything you would like to do, let me know. Double G will kind of mention that it will take a day or two, a few days to kind of get there. So kind of situate yourselves as best you can. There's plenty of supplies here and a below deck for food. So you don't have to really worry too much about that. There is a bathing room on the second deck.
Why with the cloak? Iris just kind of pops up behind him.
She tries to speak and kind of withdraws a bit, looking to Raza to make sure it's okay. Raza will kind of nod to her. Yes, it's just complicated.
Are you horribly disfigured? I did see the celestial bit coming off of you. Are you afraid that we might hurt you?
So the game suddenly comes to a pause as Ball kind of looks over to her. Zilk kind of jumps up and is like, no, there's nothing wrong with her. It's nothing. We just need a ride is all, just me and my companions.
That is very shifty and not very truthful.
They all kind of look between each other. And, Zilk kind
Look,
of...
there is nothing you could tell me that would surprise me. I have been dead and resurrected by a god. I am an archangel. It is just a thing.
Alrighty, well, they all kind of look to each other, and Zilk just kind of nods to her and just... These are long friends of mine. They won't do anything to you. And, let's see. You see that moved to the wrong layer, didn't it? See another little harpy, silvered feathers, blue wings. She does not like to wear a whole lot of clothes. She is a more tribal looking harpy rather than a domesticated one. I can actually just switch her token out now that I think about it. She'll just kind of stand up and introduce herself. I am Luna. I appreciate you letting us ride. We needed a way away from the Earthen Kingdom. There, as you can tell, she kind of shows her feathers. They're silvery and has that kind of lunar radiance that kind of sheens off of them. A harpy of my caliber would be a very well, as a slave, Zilk here says I'd sell for a lot. I needed a way to escape. I do apologize for using you, but Zilk said that you wouldn't be mad at her for doing so.
Iris kind of lets down some of the cloak that he's wearing and lets out these angel wings behind him. It's like, relax, I understand.
She just kind of says, "Yep, that's everything. That's all there is to know."
So you are afraid of becoming slave? Have you thought about moving? Eos is an excellent place to live for all.
Oh man, that typing.
Oh, sorry, I thought I muted.
Imagine not using push to talk.
I don't use push to talk.
I'm shocked.
I got a mute on my mic, so I use that.
I wish I had a mute on my mic still. Actually have to press a button for it now. But Luna will kind of look to Zilk and back to you. Eos, this would accept my kind?
Ever since the war, it has been accepting of many outsides.
You
That
understand?
is where I died, coincidentally enough.
She just kind of looks a little, but she'll. You understand, my people are now refugees. Where one of us go, our whole people might flock to.
If you keep the peace in Eos, I am sure that the Battalia people will be glad to have more visitors.
She says, "Well, I am actually looking for." Zilp kind of jump in, kind of interrupting. "Oh no, she's just." And Luna will kind of raise her voice to interrupt her. "Zilk, that is enough. I don't know why you trust these people. I mean, I know you trust these people. I don't know why you wish to keep it from them. I am the head chieftain. I sort of represent my people, and I am going to the desert, to the capital of the Ergenasi, hopefully find a new home for my people. If you say Eos would harbor my people, I might go talk to them next."
Well, if you have no luck with the Air Genasis, just tell them that Iris has recommended you.
I'll have to do so. One of the reasons I had to be smuggled out of the capital is most of the slavers are in fact after me. I am the head of all the harpies, and they do not wish for my people to find safe haven elsewhere. It would mean they can no longer enslave my people if we do.
Sounds like an excellent plan to me. As the Battalia were once slaves of the elves. Freeing slaves is always good.
With this, Zilk kind of looks a little defeated and wanders off. But she'll go back to the lobby here. But she'll say, "I just hope it does not bring any unnecessary danger to you. The slavers will not let me go so easily. Many precautions were taken for me to be smuggled here, but I do not believe they have caught on to our trail."
Our people have ways of defending themselves. We have already saved the entire continent from being taken over by demons.
I see. Anyway, she'll look a little relieved and seems befuddled by this game Ba is playing. She cannot get her hands around it. It seems most anything common to the Ergenasi is foreign to her. As I said, she does not wear many clothing, trying to stick close to her harpy heritage, of the savage harpy heritage. She looks more close to them, or tries to dress like it, though it looks a little inappropriate to some of you all. She will further entertain any questions you have, and seems to have a pleasant conversation with you, Iris, since you are more attuned to nature itself and have this same kind of natural feel of nature to you.
I
And
do
Ian
not
will,
know if you wish to roost. I can always add to the grove that I have built over there. I do not know exactly how your people prefer to sleep.
oh, mostly any way we can. That with that, that was pretty much the important thing there. I wasn't sure if that was going to get unveiled or not, but I'm glad it did. Um, what about Dawn and what are you up to? Dawn Saguaro. Mason and Archimedes, you all are out here.
Yeah.
What are you all up to?
Basically,
Yeah,
just figuring out how fast he can go to go faster than them and prank them by flying. There's a prank in there somewhere in his mind.
Alrighty, you were having this conversation outside Double G's window. She kind of bangs on the wall after a while of your conversation. Telling you to go, she shouts, "Go away! Have your conversation elsewhere. This is a giant ship."
Alright. You and
All right, if you know of any good pranks, let me know. Maybe we can, make a prank book together.
oh, I know a few ones. Hey, come to my cart. Come into my cart. And he starts like
Ooh.
it's like walking you over to it. Now, I know how to do a few things with this. Let's see. The question is, does Marley want to waste a high spell slot just to do a fun thing?
How many days of travel will we be on this ship? Like, might there be a chance for a long rest before we get to where we're going?
Oh yeah, there'll be a few days.
Okay, then.
This is all on the first day. Mel, what would you be up to?
Oh, I would be well, I guess well, are Iris and Ba and Iris still in this like kitchen room?
Yeah, Ba is here playing his favorite game.
Okay, yeah, I wouldn't stay there then. I guess I would sort of like wander around the ship, looking at all of the weird things it has on it, like all the machines that I do not understand, and most definitely don't want to touch in case I break anything. I didn't really have any plans to specifically anyone else, but like, I wouldn't be opposed to conversation if anyone is interested in it. Like, if Mason wants to learn about if elves lay eggs.
Oh yeah, Mason would like to try to talk to everybody and get to know his new companions. That's at least one point or the other. For now, though, his car is gone, and now there is a giant stack of what are they called? Barrels and crates.
Ooh.
And
Wow.
I believe that's how that works.
But what does the contraption actually do?
And like the thing fails, like the spell. All right, this spell lasts 8 hours. So you see him open a door and he just walks out of the illusion. What do you mean? The vehicle or the illusion?
The vehicle, not the barrels. I know what barrels do.
Hop in. It seats 4. As he hops in and dissipates the illusion.
Jaeger is gonna have to lay on his belly.
It fits 4 size medium creatures comfortably. So, he will
not fit. Krim, does Jaeger fit?
Yes, Jaeger is a medium-sized creature, though he is on the large side. He does weigh about 300-400 pounds, though.
I think a car could carry 300 or 400 pounds. I mean, they weigh a bunch.
Yeah, you'd be, your bumper would be scraping, but yes.
Well, where we're going, we don't need roads. As you hear him, he like messes up some gears, hits the gas, and I'm just gonna move it. So he's drives off. Well, there's no railing. He drives off the edge and casts fly. So now he and the car grows wings, and now we are all flying.
Does fly? Wait, does fly actually like grow it wings? I thought it just like made it fly. Like
I guess
like,
that was my thematic. It just
Are these like car
just
wings
flies.
or feathered wings?
I was gonna say they were feathered, but if there's no actual wings, it'll just be the car starts flying like Harry Potter, like that second one.
maybe if Harry Potter
Yeah.
made brackets.
It'll be your thematic here.
Right, in this case, yeah, he doesn't have wings, but when he flies, but when he does the car will grow like angelic looking wings, and it'll start flying around at 60 feet. 60 feet. And he says,
Do a barrel roll. Do a barrel roll.
he does a barrel roll.
All right. So as you start to get a little further away from the aircraft, you actually are moving at quite high speeds, though it does create an area of like an area of dead air where you can actually just kind of fly around a bit if you wanted to. Seeing you all fly around, it seems like Luna has been itching to kind of stretch out her wings. Raza and Harpy will all fly out along with you. And you'll just have a big fly party out here.
Cool. I was gonna say let's do performance to like I wanted to see if I could like lead a formation or something.
Oh yeah, do a performance. Do it so at advantage, as
Awesome.
you'll have some help, some crew out here. Alrighty.
Alright. Not
So
bad.
they managed to get caught up in your draft a little bit, so it's not that great performance, but you'll see them fly ahead of you and kind of take the lead. Another one will take the front lead of it as well. They kind of take positions, flying around in almost circles, different sort of circles, and creating like a little feathered barrier around you along the wings of your car.
Cool. Yeah,
It's not anything too spectacular. There is some room for improvement. It's definitely not a rehearsed one. But those of you who are watching this on the deck are just more amazed that there's a flying car out here.
Hey, I didn't see this, but apparently Iris cast Dispel Magic. Where are you casting that Dispel Magic, Iris?
On the car.
Yeah. Wow, can I resist this?
Spell save DC 19.
No,
See
it's
here.
equal. It's equal level to fly. It just works.
Yeah, it just works. Though, if you do this, you may kill
wasn't actually doing
Archimedes.
that.
Okay, I was gonna say, you may kill Archimedes and Mason here.
Nah, I got some ways. I got Featherfall. I got Counterspell. I could find some ways out of it. I could fucking go ethereal, man. I could do etherealness and just kind of
Ooh.
exit reality.
I can see you exit reality with my third eye.
Okay.
That's
Now
what
we're
my
getting-
cross does.
Oh my god, we can. Hey, I was just realizing we can get up to some shit. man.
Shenanigans.
We can, yeah, of like our little walkie-talkie. All right, I'm in position.
Well, if Iris does cast on that, Archie will respond with his own shenanigan.
First gravity. You're now flying upside down.
Yeah, the car starts flipping. I'm like, hang on, I got this.
You're barreling out of control as you're already flying, and you can't get the center of gravity as it's just continuously flipping.
Oh no, Mason is loving this because like we're high up enough that he's like, I got an idea. I know how to fix this.
Yes, we
And
have
he
multiple
will-
hang-level casters in here. We could really fuck with stuff
Hang on.
now.
Yeah, hang on. Here's the thing. If somebody could cast fly on this, I can cast haste, and we can fucking go light speed. Oh, you see him? You know, fuck it. I'm gonna do it. You see the car fucking just. I'm gonna go into the.
Oh Jesus!
I'm pulling us into the ethereal plane. as the car just vanishes, with us inside. And that's not concentration.
Oh shit, you're right.
So-
It's not
So
concentration.
I'm gonna reactivate flying. I'm spending all my spell slots, I'll have you know, to counter this.
He's not actually
Wait,
casting
hold
Dispel Magic, so
Oh, he's not? Never
No.
mind then. I thought
Wait,
there was.
wait,
I
wait.
thought there was
He's
this.
not? Oh, I thought that was the whole point of it.
Yeah.
No,
I thought
he's
he
not.
cast Dispel Magic.
So
and
if
then
you-
then you reversed the gravity, and I was like, then I'm gonna take control and fucking go ethereal.
Can
So
we
you
say
might-
he dispelled magic?
yeah, you might want to reverse your spell slots if you use them in
Yeah, I did.
response to
I did.
this, but
I
just saying.
did
Oh,
it.
that was a fun
I did it.
situation, though.
Yeah, there's a timeline
aw.
where shit got elevated, but that's not this timeline.
So-
all right.
As you all are out here flying, you suddenly see the three feathered people kind of like get a slight fear on their face as they fly to the second deck and rush in. And when
Yes,
you
we'll
do
follow.
so, watch them kind of fly off. You see a group of Arakocra following the ship.
Oh. Are they specifically tailing us?
You are the only thing up this high, so yes.
Mason turns to Archimedes. I wish we could like the car was not on top of everybody, but Mason will turn to Archimedes and be like, he raises up his hand as like fire forms. It's like, I think we're about to be attacked. Do you want to just preemptively defend? Wink.
What you got in mind?
Well,
Drive by.
I'm flying right now. I can do a fireball in one hand. I can do a lightning. Oh, I only can do a fireball. I can do a fireball in one hand. I can. While you're in here, by the way, you have +3 to your AC, because the card gives you 3 additional AC while you're inside.
Huzzah! I
You
have
get some cover.
14 whole armor points.
Yeah. Oh, you
Yeah.
also have advantage on saving throws.
That's really cool. Quick question. Do you have any spells that aren't projectiles?
Most of my spells are based around improving this thing, and he taps the wheel. Let's see. I can counterspell. I can shoot fireballs. I can haste. I can fly.
Wait, how big are the
Oh,
things
I can chain lightning.
attacking us?
Mason just kind of remembers. It's like, do you want me to just shoot lightning at them?
How big are the things that are attacking us? Are they medium-sized creatures?
Yeah,
They are medium-sized creatures. They're Arakocra following you. They are. One of them has a flag. They're kind of carrying along with them. They all wear similar armor. They are all actually wearing armor while flying, which is a thing you know Arakocra not to do.
Can I roll history on the flag?
Yes. All right. Same with the symbol on their chest and on their flag. You know this symbol. You've actually run across it a few times, but it belongs to the ShearStrut Slavers.
Mm.
They are the largest, most powerful group of slavers because they are funded directly by a McKenna Lord who, what is her name again? McKenna Lord ShearStrut. She has most control of the slave trade because she backs this group, and this group is known to bully out other slaving groups. So, strut, as in like a mechanical strut.
Okay, I'm
Metal strut.
glad I clarified that.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're sheer sluts. 100%.
sheer sluts. Yep.
Sheer sluts. Wait, I know these guys. These are the sheer sluts.
They're the
Oh.
ones you find on Instagram.
They must. Let's go ahead and swipe them left, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah. Do you have a little bit of AOE?
AoE, maybe just a tad, but I've got a better idea. You've got a flying machine, and I can make us invincible to spells. Let's say we just run them over.
I actually have built-in things for that. But I do want to. On my approach, can I chain lightning them?
Do you wish to straight up attack them?
I mean, it seems like there are a bunch of slavers who are chasing us, and it seems pretty.
No one's going to care about them, and they obviously want the person on board who has the special feathers. So
Yeah,
let's
so
pick 'em up.
let's preemptively take care of that. So yeah, I think Mason would turn the car around, like stick his hand out the window with the lightning forming and start charging at them while he casts Glove of Invulnerability. But I want to try to get the chain lightning out on them first.
Yeah.
within the
Archie
crowd.
will wait until he casts first, and then he'll cast Glove of Vulnerability.
Yeah, and then I'll just ram into them.
All right, it is a large group now that you kind of run back through there.
How large?
There seems to be at least 10 of them.
Okay. Oh, that's fine. We got this.
Jaeger,
We can start.
They cannot
Yeah,
hear
yeah,
you. You have flown off.
But they'll hear the lightning and thunder. So,
I thought Jaeger was in the back seat with us.
yes,
Oh, Jaeger.
yes.
I thought you were talking about. Never mind.
You might want to move the car to the back layer so like we're all
I did.
visible on top of it.
All right,
Oh, where's
Jaeger,
our
get
grenades?
ready to whack, Jaeger.
Roll the windows down.
Roll the windows down.
It's like the old crank.
All right. So the rest of you are unaware. You see the 3 feathered people kind of fly indoors. The car kind of takes off on its own. And why don't you all give me initiative? We'll say Jaeger goes on the turn after you do. Archimedes,
All
for
right.
simplicity's sake.
Hell yeah. Got that speed.
Hold on, I gotta find my token. Where did I leave that car?
It's you're on top of the car. It's at the very bottom of the map.
Very bad. Oh, there we are. Okay.
Yeah, just a thing to note while you're inside the car. Everybody has +3 AC, and then also basically you don't unless you get out of the car. I'm your movement action, so I'll be moving us.
We'll move over here since it's more correct.
There's an issue.
As you all start to fly, 2 of them kind of break off, but the group holding the flag, they kind of wave it a bit while coming at you.
How big is the largest group?
How
close are they?
The one
in the
group. What is the distance on chain lightning?
Oh, it's like probably 150 feet. It's 150 feet, and then after the initial target, it's within 30 feet of the first target. And I'll cast it at 7th level, so I'll cast it at a higher level, so it leaps an additional time.
All right. So why don't you go ahead and cast that for me?
Sure. Oh, that's not right. It should be at a higher level. I don't know why it's not.
Oh, it doesn't
Roll 20 to
matter.
the thing.
There we go.
It should be one more, but it doesn't let me do higher level casting on it. So give me 1 second. Oh no, wait, hang on, it's an extra beam. Never mind. It's all good.
So at higher level, it just leaps to additional targets. Is all it does. It
Yeah.
doesn't increase the damage.
Yeah.
So these will be 150 feet away from you.
Okay. So it'll.
That's not right. That's not on the. That's not on the map layer.
So if I do, so this is their formation they're in.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm just seeing. So 1, 2. So wait, 1, 2, 3. 4.
Come bring you there.
I
So
think that's right.
So how many targets does it hit?
3 bolts and leaps from the target to as many as 3 other targets, each of which
So
must be
4
within-
targets.
4 targets. Yeah. So it's these 4 that I've marked. They all make deck saves.
Alrighty.
And then we can still fireball them. So all in all,
So we're gonna go through the first round here, in which you all will think I will just give them all a turn order here because this is going to be a bit of enemies. You know what? No, we'll make them all go just to keep things quick and simple. So dex saves 1, 2, 3, 4. What do they have to beat?
DC 18.
All right, they do not make that.
All right, and they'll all take 52 lightning damage. Or I guess 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of them will take.
Alrighty. So do you wish to move forward?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to put myself, because as far as I'm aware, he's about to give us a shell or do another big thing of damage. So, yeah, he'll try to put himself in between the ship and the enemies and hope that everybody heard the giant chain lightning that he just shot.
We will find out. So Dawn, Mel, won't you give me a initiative as well?
Oh no!
This should be. Everybody should give me one here. I need for this person to.
Wow, a lot of people rolled 17.
It's just a 17 kind of day, really.
Yeah.
Well, we'll
Yeah,
just
yeah,
go how
okay.
the random order does it.
Oh,
So,
I just realized something.
That
Archimedes.
is everybody.
It's an immobile. You might want to switch to something else. Look, we have health, we have protection. I think we're gonna be okay.
Oh, this global vulnerability. I thought, doesn't it follow you?
An immobile, faintly shimmering barrier.
Springs to existence in a 10-foot radius around you and remains there for. Oh, okay, yeah. I would like to change that spell.
You know,
that you
I think me
instantly
and Krim-
crash into the
I
wall
feel like
and
me and
destroy
Krim
your
talked
ship.
about this exact same thing before with Tiny Hut, where I was like, yeah, I cast Tiny Hut on front, and then I can just ram into people. He was just like, yeah, but it doesn't move.
Yeah. No, it doesn't.
That would have been so good.
Oh no. Well, that's
Hey,
okay.
It's all good. I believe in you. You have so many
yeah,
other things you can do.
yeah, I didn't read that either. We may have cheesed a part of a dungeon, but it's fine. Out of the
We've
way.
all been there.
That's the problem when spells start getting into an entire page of writing to just have one spell.
Yeah, fuck 5th level and higher spells. Let's just start going into essay form after that. Alrighty, so I think that's everybody.
Ooh,
That
can I?
yeah, we'll
sorry,
get
go on.
we'll get to your turn. So 150 feet, and what is the car's like? How's it moving?
60 feet. It flies 60 feet. It's. I'm trying to like.
So it's
be
90
in
feet
between
now.
them. I guess so. Yeah.
Alright, I'm just gonna top that in there because there's not a whole lot of space on this map.
I can just
Iris.
get in text here.
I'll just do it this way. Iris, give me a perception check.
Is the 21 passive enough to hear a lightning bolt go off?
Chain lightning bolts.
Alright, so yeah, I mean your perception's gonna be high anyway, but you are slightly distracted, so yeah, you see an odd sight where the car flies off. The feather people kind of fly in, the 2 harpies, Luna, Raza, and Zilk fly in, and you hear a loud lightning bolt. Now, if you look outside, it is getting rather stormy. It is. I meant to say you all.
Stormy, you say?
Yeah, I meant to say that it was actually starting to turn a little dark beginning this morning. I'm actually gonna mess with the.
That's so good. We're playing. Mason turns up the volume on the speakers.
So it is actually getting a little stormy outside, but it's a little too early for lightning, at least for coming from behind you. You're heading into the storm cloud, not away from it. So if you'd like to take your turn here, you can. Yeah, there's something odd going on outside.
All right. So I guess these are the doors, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. 5, 6. I assume he could look back and.
Yeah, you look off, you see the ship, the car, about. It's about 30 feet behind the ship, and our Cocker themselves are about 90 feet beyond that. So you are probably about. They just add 150. Yeah, you're a ways away. But you see a flock of feathered people flying at them as the car is charging at them.
So they're 300 feet away.
More about 200. We'll just say about 200 from
About
where you're
200.
at.
All right. Well, in that case, I guess we're going to let him get closer, and we're going to hold a call lightning because you said it's stormy.
Yeah, it's very cloudy, and it's about to turn to a thunderstorm.
Oh, yes, it is.
Yeah, I figured. This isn't the.
We're probably going to cast at like 5th level at least.
Alright.
We're just hitting him with them lightning. That's why you don't wear armor and fly.
Alrighty. So you're gonna hold your action. Put an orange dot on yourself to hold that, so I don't forget and you don't forget either.
Yeah, whether or not they get in range, he's still going to let it go because it's a concentration spell, but he's going to hold it so hopefully he could at least get one bolt on him.
Alright. And Mel, give me a perception check.
All right.
Are you wearing a plague doctor's mask now?
Yep. It's
Okay.
cause my human or my elf face is weird and I don't like it.
Makes her feel a little better. Her face felt a little too light. She felt weird not seeing something in front of her eyes all the time. So you notice Iris kind of charge out. You hear the lightning crackle. You're not sure if it's from the storm or not. But you did see your feathered folk panic, fly inside, and the car charge back behind it. Something is going on out back, so you kind of know that stuff's about to go down.
All right, I'm gonna run over and see what it is. That is my movement. Oh, I'm still out of range of all of these guys, but I can do something. Sorry, I'm a little bit rusty. Let me just look at my character sheet and try and remember what everything is. Oh yes, I have Bardic Inspiration. I will give a Bardic Inspiration to Archimedes.
Wait, can you see me?
Would you know
Yeah.
Archimedes is in the car?
Oh, that's
He is.
true.
He is. You see the three of us in the car. Just
The car has
speeding
windows,
on.
doesn't it?
It does. It does. No, the windows are rolled down, so you can definitely see us.
All right. Well, Archimedes, you have a D10 with which to use on either on an ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
All right. That sounds fantastic. I love D10s.
Alrighty.
So circular.
So you want to go ahead and mark yourself with that with something. These things here, we'll see that they will drop the flag, seeing as you're not going to let them approach too lightly, and they will pull out their weapons, and they will start to fly off in different directions. They will fly their move speed up, which is not a whole lot, actually. But they will dash, and they will kind of split up. So that will make them 80 feet closer. Okay, so they're right up onto the ship now. So where they're at,
Side?
alright, so you see where they're out on the map now is where they're at. And they dashed up on board.
What about the 2 extras?
What?
You said there was 2 in front of. You said there was 10 of them, and 2 of them separated from the group.
Yeah, they flew down and they're below the ship now.
Hmm.
And we'll put them here tentatively, but we'll mark them, letting them. Control copy, Control V. Well, won't work. Do it. The controls aren't working. There we go. It just all happened at once. Fantastic.
Oh, that was just like Harpy.
Yeah. And the ones with the little things are below the ship. These 3 have made it onto the back of the ship. And there is about a 15-foot drop from here to the back deck, which is here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just keeping them all on this map right here for the moment.
And the other 2 are flying, correct?
Yep.
Are they flying above or underneath the ship?
The ones with the little cancel sign on it is below the ship. I mean, they're all flying regardless, but...
Wait, did they fly past us? Because we were in between them and the ship.
I thought we were to the side of the ship.
I said I wanted to be in between them, so I drove so we had 30 feet behind them. But it's fine. It's fine. We'll just be where we are on the map.
Yeah, well, we'll just put you here. You're right there with them.
Great.
Gee, that's what we wanted.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
I mean,
fine,
they are 10 feet away from you. That's how far they could have moved.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll just put you here just for simplicity's sake.
Yeah. And you can, Archimedes, you can put a blue mark with like a 3 in it, because that's your extra AC you get from being in the car. It's just so you don't forget.
As they get nice and close like that, Iris is going to go ahead and release that lightning bolt right about there.
Or the call lightning.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Alrighty. So how does it hit? What does it do now?
It's a 5-foot radius from a point that is chosen by Iris.
Alright, so you hit 2 of them.
Yep.
They
And
did
then
split a bit.
It is 3d10 plus 2 more plus 1 more, so 6d10.
Alright, if you want to roll that damage for me. Is there any
Let's
kind of
go.
check to it?
I believe they get a dex save.
Alright, so 40. Well, that one,
Yeah, dexterity save.
you blast that one out of the sky and it falls down, and that one can save. It doesn't. So just straight up 40.
Straight up 40.
Alrighty. You, as lightning shoots past you all, not your chain lightning like you just casted, but lightning out of almost a cloud up in the sky, as it basically obliterates one of them, as they are their feathers light a flame, and their bodies are charred husk, and it falls down. This one here is having troubles flying because it just got hit with lightning while flying. And that'll be its go. Dawn, why don't you give me a... Well, no, you already know. With what's happened now, combat has happened.
Yeah, as lightning bolts and shit go off, Tom will whirl around and his visor will slide down and he'll gasp and I'll say, Fiends! And as bonus action, I'm going to thicken my armor.
Alrighty.
And then I'm going to take off with my boots of flying. So I have 60 feet of movement. So I'll fly over this way.
I love how like everybody in this group has the ability to fly.
Yeah, dude.
So everyone's like ready for that sky combat, man.
And as I fly over, I'll kind of split into 4 copies of myself. And that is my turn.
Alrighty. I'll mark that in some way. We'll put a dot and just say how many images you got so we can keep track. Archimedes, these Arcocker kind of all swarm you. They have drop all pretenses and drawn their weapons as they charge out after you. The 2 beside you are below the ship.
Well, I'm glad they dropped their pretenses. You know, they're not too hard to pick up again. Just kind of don't even have to reach all that far. Anyways, I am going to pick a spell that's not actually going to harm the ship for once. I'm going to pick Cloud Kill.
Aw, damn it, Archimedes, what did you have for lunch?
Radius sphere.
You were ready for that joke. It's like you've been waiting for like the last half year to say that.
Come on, Cloud Kill. It's the fart spell.
It is the fart spell.
When
The
it
fart
enters
spell-
it or starts its turn there. Alright. So it doesn't do anything casting it there, but go ahead and do the do it, and at the start of their turn they will do the rolls for it.
Alright, I'll place it there.
Alrighty. So with the ship flying and all that, it'll probably move. Oh, it already moves 10 feet. Never mind. So realistically, you'll probably only get 1 turn of this, but it's still quite a bit of damage.
I just want Constitution them down. I don't think they're going to have high Constitution.
Yeah, that is kind of the point of it. It is one of those rare constitutions. So 20, 20, 20. That's 10, 20.
Plus, I mean, it's a cloud themed spell. I feel like we're doing cloud themed spells today.
That's a good point, yeah.
You can't tell a druid there's a storm in the area without expecting a call lightning.
Yeah.
I only expect the druid to turn into a bear. Beyond that, I don't expect the druid to do anything else.
Alright, so realistically, you can hit everything in front of you, just not these 2 to the side.
Sounds good.
As I assume that's
and
where
it's
you're
gone.
casting it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. As
Also, can my cloud be, as a cosmetic, can my cloud be like a giant sphere? You know, that's kind of like collapsing in on itself.
it is a radius, so yes. Trying to keep its form. There's some weird air currents up in here, and it is doing something weird to your cloud kill, and it seems to be folding in on itself and ruffling outwards. So as this happens, you all notice. Well, Iris, Mel, and Dawn will notice a weird kind of magic appear in the sky in front of the ship.
Oh no.
As you're not quite sure what it is or what made it happen, but you see 4 circles appear, glyphs in the sky, as I can't select them. As 4 harpies crash through them.
Oh my.
Actually, let me roll. That's actually a roll I need to do. Three. Three circles and 3 harpies crash through it into the sky. You're not quite sure where they came from, how they got here, or what is happening, because you only saw the ones behind you. As we move to Ball's turn, and Ball, getting the feeling what's going on, he'll run, knock on the door, wake up Double G, and just say, "We have company!" And he'll dash, run down the stairs, as he will run to protect the guests that are sleeping there down below, the harpies, to check on them. Double G will go on the same initiative. She'll drowsily get up. She'll get up from prone because she was laying down on the bed and kind of drag herself over the door. She'll hit a button.
Wait.
Yes.
Double G sleeps? I always thought that she was, like, always awake.
She just drinks
Always.
more coffee and doesn't
Yeah.
sleep. That's what I thought.
She
The
went.
cocaine makes her not need to sleep quite as much, but you know.
Yeah, it's pure speed. No, she went to go take a nap, and you figured out that nap turned into a sleep about mid-afternoon.
Strange. That sounds like what happened to exactly to me today.
Yeah. She will slap a button on the side of the door, and red lights will appear throughout the ship. Basically, very alarming and jarring. She'll only dash 30 feet because she is very sleepy and drowsy, and is still not sure. And she starts to head to the ship. You'll hear her kind of say, "Don't let them get to the engines." She'll say this loud enough for them to actually hear.
Do I know that the engines are those machines at the front of the ship?
The engines are on the 3rd deck.
Okay, then I did not know that.
This thing is not made for combat. And as she starts to kind of drag herself away, and this is where we'll meet ourselves at the beginning of the turn order. Mason,
Alright.
it is your go. You're in the speed buggy.
Yep. All right. Now, out of these ones, which ones look hurt and which ones look unhurt? Like I know you know what? Never mind. I'll just wing it.
All the ones in
wait a
front of
minute,
you look hurt, as does this one.
Wait. Hold on. The area is heavily obscured because of the cloud.
You can't really tell too much, but the ones you can see is this one, and this one down here is hurt.
Wait, so I can't see. I don't see any box or anything. So which ones can I not see and which ones can I see?
The only ones you can see are the ones off to the left. The 2 to the
Oh,
left.
well, shit. There goes the second round chain lightning.
You'll learn that my spells tend to have this effect on people.
Last I saw, the one you made I don't see the box when you made it. There was still, these ones weren't outside. Oh, I guess it obscures. Shit.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
What's the how long does chain lightning jump? Like what's like per
30 feet.
30 feet?
So I was gonna hit him here, and then I was gonna do like 1, 2, 3, ram this guy.
Oh, it doesn't just like choose itself. Like, all right, I'm gonna go
No.
next nearest person, then the next nearest person.
Oh, I can reread it, but so. Oh, that's not what I meant. Now it does that. Come on.
See, then there
we
are
go.
3 bolts leap from that target to as many as 3 other targets, each of which was within 30 feet of the first target.
Oh, so I don't have to see the second targets then. So
No.
as long as I can see him, I can be like, boom.
Yeah, so it looks like you just target the main one, and then it just jumps to as many things as it can hit.
Okay. Then I will, instead of targeting this one first, I will target this one. And at 7, this is gonna be a 6th level spell. And I guess I'll just re-roll it again for the. There we go.
Yeah, reroll it.
Okay, so 56, 56, boom.
DC 18. 1, 2, 3. Well, actually 4, because it counts the main target.
Yep.
So, going from left to right. That one does not succeed, so it takes the 56. Alrighty, that one succeeds, but it doesn't matter because it doesn't have the health to survive. And that one doesn't matter because it doesn't have the health to survive. And that one takes down 56.
I'm jealous of you being able to like cast 2 6-level spell slots in a single turn. I have to wait.
Wait, not a single turn. It was 2 turns.
I have to wait like 3 more levels before I can
Alright,
cast
so that
6-level spell twice. Oh,
so that takes your action.
Cool. So this one, because I can see it. You know what I'm gonna do.
Now,
The car turns.
didn't we decide the car uses your action to do its stuff?
For the no. So the movement action is the movement, and
Yeah.
then if I wanted to do ramming, it's a bonus action. So I'm spending a bonus action to do a ramming attack, and then I have the flyby enhancement. So I'm just gonna hit it and return to my starting position. So I just fly up and crash into it. And I went 30 feet, so it's gonna just it's only gonna be a d6, but hey.
it's thematic, man. It's thematic.
Yeah, the car just spins in the air, and I'm gonna dead shot just fly right at him. I'm not gonna move it because everyone's sitting inside right now, but
Alright, so
does
that
a 15
does
hit?
that does hit it. So roll a d6.
This one only does a d6. Is he dead?
No.
All right. Well, since I hit him, I get flyby. So I'm. Does this guy look like he's looking at me, or he's looking at like escaping? I'm just trying to.
Oh, he looks ready to fight. He is about dead, but he is confident in himself.
Okay, so he's not just gonna fly away. I'm just trying to
Alrighty.
figure out if I'll stay within. You know what? Yeah. I will move us over here. So if he tries to run, he'll take an AOE of someone.
Alrighty.
So I'm
Iris,
pinned on the bumper.
it is your go. There is a fight happening on the bottom, on the second deck in the back.
Yes, but we're also aware of new guys up front, so I think that's what we're going to focus on for now. These guys. Let me click. Oh, I have measurement thing. These two over here are going to get the blunt of the lightningness. So D10s, one of those, and let's see. What I already forgot how many I calculated. It was 6, right?
Yep.
Yeah, one more.
So they failed. So they take 33 damage.
And then the guy to the right is going to get this. Spray some Roundup on him.
Alrighty. Make Constitution saving throw or take some damage. Constitution.
Are we the baddies?
That's all right. There's flavors. We're good.
Alright, still it does not matter. It failed, so what happens here? Takes 88.
Takes an ass ton of damage.
Takes 40 necrotic.
And if he's a plant, he just dies.
Yeah. Alright, so he takes 40 necrotic. Alright.
Good rolls, by the way, man. Good rolls.
Mel,
Yeah, nice. You done.
you turn around and you see 3 new Arkrocker kind of appear seemingly out of thin air as lightning bolts and Iris kind of blasts, and Iris himself blasts them. They all look very near death.
Hang on, so I see some at the front of the ship and the back. To
Yep.
be clear, is the front of the ship the top?
Yep.
Okay. Well, man, I shouldn't have moved. I'm too far away from everything. Okay. I'm gonna move farther to the front, and I will attack just as soon as I refresh my memory of the distances. Hold on. Oh no, I can't cast that in the air. Okay. I'm going to not do that because that'll break the ship. Sorry, I'm not prepared. I guess I'll just do a vicious mockery then.
Alright.
Haha, you got sprayed with Roundup.
Yeah, I'll viciously mock the top right Arakakra. I'll say, "You are violating traffic laws." Does it hit? Or like, yeah, does it save?
Wisdom. It does. First thing they've
Man.
saved all night.
Oh, that's my turn.
No, the other ones did save a bit. Alright, so their turn.
It is Mel. She hasn't changed even slightly.
Bring it on.
That hurts!
And now Mel will be like, you know what? Maybe I don't want to come back to this game anymore.
Vicious mockery. Ooh.
I'm
Ooh.
definitely way better as a warlock than I am a
That's not
bard.
good.
Just like as a person.
These-
That's also not good.
These three rush into the bridge.
How dare they approach my grove?
You threw off the Emperor's Grove.
Well, actually, and you have lost sight of them as they walked into it. There's a window, but you don't see them inside of it. These all die. Why don't you roll me a cloud kill? The damage for it.
Ooh, okay. Let's see.
A cloud appears and it rains corpses.
Alright, let's see. The damage is a 5d8. Actually, maybe if I... I'm just gonna just do this old-fashioned. Eh? How'd I do?
5d8, 16
I'm
damage.
still rolling. Wow,
Oh.
that's a lot of ones. Ooh.
Yeah, 2.
At least you had N8 in there.
I did cast a gas spell on the top of a flying airship, so honestly, that's my bad.
I can't remember. Was it this game? Was it one of the fireballs by Archimedes that did like 10 damage?
Wow.
Or was it at one of my other games?
How does that
Oh,
happen?
the spheres giveth and the spheres taketh away.
Alright, so these things have
This time
advantage
the
on
spheres taketh
saving
away,
throws.
as did that time, especially that time. But it's okay because I made up for the extra damage in a later fireball to none other than Jaeger in a previous session.
Alright, these things have
I think that one
advantage
did a lot of
on
damage if I recall correctly.
saving throws, so they're a little hard to hit with spells.
It is true that my spells tend to like allies more than enemies when it comes to damage rolls.
Huh.
Right, so 16 damage, or I think it was half as much on a successful save.
Yeah, so he saved in there. You killed the other two because they didn't have much health to begin with. He will charge up, and this one will come up from below. And this one will...
Come at me. It's time to activate the tankiness.
They will dash over to here. And they will all attack you.
Are they attacking the car or are they attacking me?
They will attack the car.
Okay. Let me know if it hits. If any of them hit.
Let's see. Well,
think
let's see what they do. What do they have? Alright, yeah, so the one will attack the car and do its attack. It'll hit with its longsword.
I will activate shield on myself, which also gives it to the car. So the car is at 21 AC, and I am at 23.
Alright, it still hits you. It's the car.
Okay. How much?
Just 5 slashing, which is magical. Their claw attack just kind of didn't do anything to you. No, actually, it did hit. That's right. Forgot. So the claw attack hits too for 13 slashing on the car.
Okay.
Alright. Seeing as this force field appeared around the car, the other one will attack Archimedes.
All right. Let's see. Does it hit? I have a 14 AC currently.
They both will hit.
All right. I am going to cast shield as well. To give
Alrighty.
myself 19 AC.
Hell yeah.
Oh wait, actually it's plus. Yeah, it's plus 5. So 19. Does that change anything?
Their claw attack will miss, but the longsword will hit.
Thus is the wizard's life.
Hey, I'm with you, man. I'm also a wizard.
How much
Oh,
do I
they're
take?
5 slashing. And this
They are
other
rolling
one,
the damage. How
and
do
this-
you get 5 damage on a longsword? I swear.
they're not rolling too high. And this third one will attack the car. Longsword. What was the car's AC again?
Right now it is a 21.
Alright, so both of these attacks will hit.
Man, hang on. So what?
16
car was-
base plus 5 AC is 21.
Yeah.
Alright, so roll damage, 6 magical slashing, and is this claw attack weapon magic? No, it's you do get another 6 slashing from its claw attack, which isn't magical. I'm not sure if that matters or not.
No, it doesn't have any magical protection. It just it takes damage. So it already took a 5 slashing from a claw and a 13 from a claw and a 5 from a longsword. So how much more damage is the car taking?
Another 12.
Okay.
What else do the rest of these do? That's all that's here. Okay. Archimedes, you're in the car. They're attacking you in the car. Also,
I am being attacked in the car.
Also what?
yeah, Jaeger also goes with behind you.
Ah, yes, yes. Can I get Jaeger to? Oh, okay, yeah, no. Darn, I was gonna see if I could get Jaeger to. Well, I guess I could just hold that action. Nah.
So it's gonna work like a regular pet thing. You just basically command it to do something on. It will be a free action to kind of command it. So no action required. I mean.
I've always wanted to have Jaeger as a pet.
Yeah, so it's a no action required. You just tell them what to do.
Oh god damn it! Why did I prepare Arcane Eye? When was I going to use Arcane Eye? Would have much rather had confusion. Oh well. All right. Well, let's keep this nice and simple, I suppose. I'm going to cast Scorching Ray from inside the car, and each ray will attack its own separate harpy. So bam, 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 going from right to left, bottom to top.
Left, right, and
Right to left, actually, and then
I
bottom
hit
to top.
I hit each one with 1.
Yep.
All right, so that takes 5 damage. That one takes 6. And this one shall take 7. Now, in reaction to taking damage,
Uh-huh.
they will do a bite attack, each of them, to the closest creature. And they will bite at... This one will bite at Jaeger, and the other two will bite at the car. Just kind of ripping it apart with their massive beaks.
That'll buff
Alright.
out.
That'll probably hit Jaeger. That won't hit the car.
Ooh.
That
Jaeger's
one...
armor is 23 currently.
Yeah, it hits. You know, they don't have a massive plus to attack. Just they're not a high-level creature, but they are rolling high.
Hey, it's all good. So are we.
I mean, of course, they got advantage because flanking, but you know.
Hey, even still, I mean, the
And that's
car's
just
doing
kind of
fine.
how they're doing it. But that one matches the car's AC. Jaeger will take 4 piercing and 6 cold damage.
Hmm.
I don't think I actually have access to his health.
On the token?
Yeah. No, I don't actually have access to Jaeger's health. Oh wait, never mind. That's a lie. I do. I absolutely do. Hold on.
Jaeger, Idol of Death.
Oh, weird. He keeps the hit points are on the green bar. Huh. Wait, is everyone's health in the green bar?
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
Oh, all right. I knew that. Sorry. 6 cold and how much piercing?
I think Jaeger only has a 20 AC.
Oh, the
6 cold and 4 piercing. Oh, plus 3, that's right.
Yeah, that's why I marked myself with the blue
Okay.
with the 3. So if you're in the car, you can just do that to remember.
If he has 23 AC, yeah, it'll still hit.
All right. Cool.
And the car will take 4 piercing and 5 cold.
All right. Car's still doing good.
Jaeger's going to go ahead and pull out his Eldritch Swords, and he's going to start whacking the one next to him.
Do you understand what's going on with his attack things? Like, is it too confusing?
I kind of get the gist of it. Basically, if I make a hit, I choose to lodge the weapon, which loses me a sword, but then also I can do chain nonsense.
Yeah.
Do the swords come back
Yes.
cool. All right. So, let's see if I can roll his chance to hit. Man, having to click on an attack is kind of weird. How do I do that?
Yeah, there you go.
Well,
That is enough to hit, so if you just click on the name in the chat, it should roll the damage.
the name in the chat. Okay. Like that.
Yep.
But because of his multi-attack, he gets to make 2 attacks.
Yeah, he is dual wielding. Yeah, that's definitely a hit.
Oh, and of course, Archie,
Well,
points
the
to them and says,
The first
Kill
hit
them.
will kill the one beside it. And his attacks
Oh,
are
okay.
ranged, so...
"Can I chain multi-attacks together, hit, move, and then use the second multi-attack, or does the attacks have to be where he is?"
You can chain them.
Cool. In that case, Jaeger's going to hit that one. He's ooh, but he can't go into any of your space in the car. It's too clumped. It's too clustered. Let's see. But he does also have.
The swords do have a reach, by the way.
Oh wait.
Yeah,
Oh
they're,
my God.
they're ranged.
Oh
They're
my
30 feet
God.
ranged.
30. Yep. Okay. Yes. So they do. Okay. I did not realize that they had that range. Okay. He's then going to attack the one in the back here.
I was thinking about
prioritizing
making
one.
only 15, but we'll just see how this plays out. I kind of copied it from another creature of the same CR that had the same kind of effect, so...
Gotcha. I mean, 15 or 30 wouldn't make a difference in this particular situation, so
Yeah.
see how overpowered it may be later on. But for now he's going to attack the one right next to Archie.
Alrighty.
Should I do a separate roll?
Nah,
for
you
that
already
one?
did the second roll. So that will hit him and deal quite a bit of damage to him.
All right. Upon hitting, Jaeger's going to choose to lodge the sword into the harpy.
It is an Arcocker, but yes.
Oh right, sorry.
Alrighty. So that will be both of his actions, or multi-attacks.
Yep.
She'll move on.
It's the beauty playing Archie. If you don't know what's going on, it's roleplay value.
Oh, that's so sad, but so true. I feel the same way.
All right, your turn.
Uh-oh.
So, did I get skipped?
Yeah, actually, what happened to him? He should have gone before me. He absolutely.
I guess he did. Go ahead and go while I'm doing this nonsense.
Oh no, there's more coming.
Yeah, so when he sees the portals open up, he's going to, one sec. He's gonna, stop midair, flip the thrusters around, he's gonna go back this way. And, he'll shout, "They're headed for the engine room!" And I believe that hypnotic pattern doesn't actually require line of sight. So if I'm wrong on that, you guys can correct me, but provided that it doesn't, then I'm going to cast hypnotic pattern here.
They're like above us, aren't they?
No, they're in the room.
They're in the room.
There's
Oh,
one
I
right
didn't realize
into
they
the
got
room.
into that room. All
There's
right.
two groups. There's
No.
two groups.
You don't really know where they're at in the room, but you can only really cast it at the door.
Didn't you say there was a window he could see through, but you didn't see any of them in it?
Yeah, basically.
So
Let's see, the pattern...
it's a 30-foot area from the range, so you could set it in the room, and then just
And each creature who sees the pattern, which... Would the pattern go through a wall?
Technically, I can cast it just right on the other side of the wall.
Can't really see in... Well, you could.
I don't
said
need
there's
to,
a
though,
window.
because the spell doesn't specify needing to see. It just specifies range.
That's a little bit of an oversight. Yeah, we'll do it. Go ahead. So what is it? 30-foot cube, wisdom save, becomes charmed.
Yeah, they're incapacitated, essentially.
And has a speed of 0. Okay. Spell save 18. Is that your spell save DC?
Yes.
Alright.
I think. Wait.
The sheet
8
calculates
plus
it
5
for
is
you, so.
13. Yeah, I mean, I didn't... It
You got
does seem
20?
a little high, but that's what it says.
Yeah,
Wow,
if you got
good.
20 in your spellcasting ability, it should be 18 right now.
Damn.
This is
yeah, okay.
actually really, really good. That's just a third level spell, but it's you don't do combat for a minute. Wow.
Well, it's one of those, it either they pass and nothing happens, or they fail and it's pretty good.
And they can get themselves out of it by just shaking each other.
Alright.
That does take their action to do that.
But here's the
One
thing, though.
does go
That's
down.
30
Two
that's a
goes
30-foot
down.
cube.
Alrighty.
Are cube spells that you just point to an origin and it's just there, and then expands like a cube?
Yeah, basically.
Yes.
Not radius, but basically just select the 30-foot area.
All right, cool. They change cube versus square spells in D&D 5e, and it's just I now have to figure out where the point of origin is of the stupid spell I'm casting.
Well, that's my turn.
Alrighty. So a spell is cast, and 4 more bash through the air. More separated out this time, as the person kind of chooses where it happens. And boss sees what's happening, and he will rush to check on them, and he will push them in as he comes to the door. No, he will stand here. He will rush back to the middle of the room and stand guard, hearing something about the engines. He knows the engines are down this way. Double G will start to run. She'll dash for the cockpit to start controlling it. She is unaware of our cocker on the other side. Mason, it is your go.
Okay. How these guys next to me are looking pretty messed up, right?
One is dead. The other 2 are hurt. I'm not sure they're... No. One of them's kind of hurt, and the other one's a little hurt.
Okay. I was thinking about what I was gonna do. That's not gonna do much. Yeah, I know what I'm gonna do. Okay. I'm gonna cast Mirror Image on myself in the car.
Ooh, this is fun.
So now I'll just put in like I'll do yellow for my mirror image. And the car now also has its own mirror image.
Which car is the real one?
Yeah, there's now 3 ethereal things of me, 3 ethereal things of the car.
Probably
And
the ones with the actual people in it.
I mean, it would still I don't know, it'd still count.
Quick,
that was my
Jaeger,
action.
engage stealth. They can't know which one it is, so long as they can't see it.
If I move, they can get an attack of opportunity against me or the car, but would they get an attack of opportunity against my passengers?
Yes.
Okay. How would you guys feel about me backing up so I can do a hit? Because I need to get 30 feet of speed before I can do a ramming attack as a bonus action.
Just make sure to go past them. Don't stay next to them.
You have to be in a straight line, unfortunately.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'd have to go
You have
back,
to, like,
and then
back up.
I would have to back up and then go forward to hit this guy, who I think is the injured one, right?
Yeah.
Bottom one's injured.
He is
Yeah.
more injured.
It would only be a d6 of damage to it. Wouldn't be much. Not being able to haste myself kind of limits my bonus action damage that way, but because I'm focusing on flying, I could just stay here.
Whack him.
All right, then yeah, I will. Car goes back, goes up, hits him.
Alrighty. Well, they do not have a reaction, so go ahead.
Oh, cool.
Yay.
17.
That is a hit for a D6.
Six bludgeoning damage. Hey guys, we're doing it.
Does that also move the car?
I basically just moved back to where I guess you know what I can. I'll move back to my exact same position. You know, it does like the little sideways drift into it, the guy, hit it with the bumper. Just to not have to move everybody.
All right,
Now-
sounds good.
No, I did. It's been a long time since we actually did something like that. If y'all were trying to figure something out, I remember I used that as your free action. What they're doing here to talk to them, or basically anything you want to do is a free action. Kind of similar to what you do for your game, Mason. Not so much as statistic-wise, but
Mm-hmm.
you know you can do stuff as your free action to try to figure things out.
All right. Then yeah, I want to spend my free action to do one more thing. Is I keep seeing fucking portals appear and people appearing. Can I find any origin for that portal?
They just seem. Give me a perception. See what you see.
Yeah, I can see things. I'm good at that. I'm okay at that.
From your position, where you're basically on the deck back here, you just see them appearing out of the sky. From what you can tell is that it is a spell being cast that's bringing them here.
So there's a caster somewhere, probably underneath the ship. I know
Alrighty.
there's one that went under that never came back up. So I think Mason would call to tell Archimedes that, like, hey, get ready to go under. And he taps down.
All right.
Alrighty.
Yeah,
So that is
that'd
your
be fun.
everything. Or no, you
I
didn't
did it,
get an
guys.
action yet, did you?
I mirror imaged, and then I hit
Okay.
this guy with my bonus action.
Alrighty. Iris, it is your go.
So I cannot see these three, right?
Which three? Oh,
the three
these.
up there.
No.
Okay.
You
In
know.
that case, I could see these two.
You do know some ran in there, and Double G is running to the cockpit.
Yeah, well, we're dealing with the storm that's above us and controlling that, so we kind of got to keep it outside. So these two guys are within 5 feet of each other, so they're going to get the call lightning as the bonus action here. That plus that.
Alrighty.
Big damage.
Both fail. Let's see here. That is 36 damage. That one is about dead. That one, this is actually just enough to kill it. I'm going to remove the corpse of that one, but as its ashen corpse falls onto the bow of the ship. Is it the bow? Am I saying that right? It's not the bow.
And then
is it?
the one that's right near Iris. How hurt does he look?
Aft deck. He is below the ship.
Oh, he's below me.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. And he'll get to there. Hold an action to do his produce holy light spell, and warn Double G that when she opens that door to be in a position she could take cover, because they're probably going to try to hit her.
All right. She was quite alarmed. She didn't know they had reached the cockpit yet. But alrighty. Mel.
All right. Okay, I know Hypnotic Pattern was cast in there, but I do not know how many have failed or passed because I cannot see in there. This might be regrettable. I'm going to cast Synaptic Static, which does deal damage.
The thing you all... It's a rule thing. Go ahead, though. I'll say it on their turn. It's hilarious.
This is the worst circle I've ever drawn in my whole life. But I should be able to catch all 5 of these harpies in one Synaptic Static.
It looks like Charlie Brown's head.
I'm drawing with the mouse is really hard. Let's see, actually, did I measure this right? I don't know if I can actually get the bottom right one in.
20-foot radius. So...
Ooh, yeah.
Can't really see... well, you can see the glass, I guess. So you can probably cast it somewhere along that line. What are you trying to hit?
If she picks the point that I have marked right now, that'll get all 5 of them.
Oh,
Alright.
yeah, I'm trying to get the maximum number of harpies in my Synaptic Static.
Let's make an intelligence saving throw. That's an odd one. 1, 2,
You're basically scrambling their
3,
brains.
4,
It's one of my favorite
5.
spells.
You got... Okay, all of them failed. So 32 damage.
Yep, 32 psychic damage, and their thoughts are muddled for 1 minute, which means that they must roll a d6 and subtract the number rolled from all attack rolls and ability checks.
That one dies.
I'm sorry, you have to make some dice rolls. Wow.
That one wakes up because it took damage.
Yeah, sorry about that, Don Saguaro.
Those two are near death.
It just goes to show you that the real harpy eggs are the brains we melted along the way.
Hopefully they're tasty.
I mean, we've had better eggs than that. Let's be honest. It's airplane food. It's always going to be kind of eh.
Alrighty, so their
I
turn.
once had eggs on an international flight, and it was one of the grossest things I've
1,
ever eaten.
2, 3, 4.
There are actually eggs on an international flight.
Alright, so 1 would succeed, and that'll be the end of its turn when it does that. So they all... Alright. Alright, it will fly down to here. Which I'll just move that to here. They're below the deck here. And let's give them some strength rolls. 1, 2. -6. Alright, so the 1 was able to pry the door open enough for them to slip in. And they appear on the deck below. And let's see, left to right. That one succeeds, and it's out of his muddied state. Seeing them get hammered, they are going to fly. They're gonna take cover behind these machines, as your spells also are kind of messing with the machinery in here.
Uh-oh, I didn't realize the machines were smart enough to be affected by synaptic static because it says a creature with an intelligence score of 2 or lower can't be affected. And I'm like, oh, how smart
you-
could this ship be?
You got a lot of
Maybe
magic
there's
just
like-
flying around in here.
Maybe there's like a
We didn't know
telltale.
the ship had AI. Crap.
Guys, maybe we're responsible for the AI going wrong. Oh no.
Oh no.
Guys, did we cause cyberpunk?
Oh no.
Did we create the black wall?
It's still fewer glitches than Cyberpunk, that's for sure.
This one shall fly below the deck, which we are marking with the
Cancel.
the cancel sign. Let's see if he can make his strength save. He cannot, so he is just kind of hanging out down here, taking cover on this little side part here. And he thinks he will dash and go under the ship. If they are under the ship, I'm just gonna move him onto this layer just so you all don't have to deal with it. And we'll just move him to the second layer and just put a cancel sign on him so you don't have to see him on the main map. And let's see, Dawn.
Well, Don Saguaro is going to follow the ones that went right past him. So that's 15 feet, yeah?
Yeah, so 15 feet. And then it's about a 15-foot drop down to the next floor. You'll have to make a strength save to pry it open and the little gate open enough to fly through it.
I thought they already pried it open.
They pry it open enough for them to get through, and then they just kind of snaps back shut. If you'd like to reconsider your option when you get to the edge there, you can.
Let me think about my options, yeah.
You'll have to move the 15 feet in order to realize that, but
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna move. However, I have some smithing tools in my bag and tinker tools. So could I use, like a lever? Like either I'm thinking a crowbar, but I'm not sure what all those different tools have. To maybe use.
crowbars it's one thing. The smith's tools, yeah, we'll say that'll be enough to pry it open. It'll take your action, and you can do so at advantage to make a strength check.
All right, I'm also going to use Flash of Genius.
Alright, well, that is enough to pry it open, and you were able to move inwards. It can be pried open for as long as you stay in that space, but if you were to go in, then I don't think anybody's going to fall after you, so I don't think it matters, but yeah.
Yeah, all right, I also jump in, stumble in, and say, "Halt, fiends!" But that is my action, so...
Alrighty. Archimedes. Actually, no, I missed a lot of the boys. I'm sorry. There is one guy left over here. I've got to have him do his thing. The last of his actions he can do. So the car is decked out.
I'm not even at full power, man.
Let's see. He will do his attack and claw attack on Archimedes inside the car. He no longer has advantage. That's important. He rolls a 19 for his one attack. Does that hit Archimedes?
It would. That depends. Is it is it attacker wins or defender wins? ACs. I forget.
It's
I thought it was attacker wins actually.
It is
it's the rule of thumb is always meet or beat. So yeah. So he would, if he meets your AC, he would beat you.
Oh, yeah. I mean, what I was really just trying to do is, well, anyways, yeah, he hits me.
Alrighty, so he will deal only 6 slashing damage to you as he attacks with his claw and ends up scratching at the car instead, scratching the paint job up.
There's just something about me that's lucky, I guess. All these low damage rolls against me. It's fantastic.
I don't think I have really... Yeah, they don't have really high damage roll to begin with. But it's your go now, Archimedes.
Well,
Ooh.
in that case, Archimedes, it's official. You're our new tank.
I've always known this day would come.
I believe in you.
Well, quick question. I'm gonna roll perception and see if I can spot. Because Mason here said that he was going below deck. I want to see if there's actually an opening below deck. Where's perception? There's perception. Never mind. I see jack shit.
You see the burning thrusters of the engines blasting heat down below the ship. But you also realize that's probably a bad way to enter the ship.
But they are circular.
Ooh.
As all things should be.
Speaking of which, I think that rousing, inner monologue between voices that Archie sometimes hears when it comes to circles. Let's go ahead and cast Resilient Sphere around the car. Well, actually, sort of secondary. I was gonna actually get Jaeger to do his attacks against the one harpy first.
Nothing, not physical objects, energy, or spells can pass through in and out. Sphere is immune to all damage. Can be resisted. Sphere is weightless.
It's the hamster ball.
Hamster ball. Closes a creature of. Closes a creature. That's. You do it to the car, and you're basically the mounted Car is basically
It's
a
like
mount, so yeah.
It's a construct. It's you know.
Speaking of which, Mason, are you actually a paladin? Is that what the whole gimmick is?
No, I'm an extremely tanky wizard.
Well, I know a thing or two about that, I suppose.
Yeah. Hang on. So if you do
Alright.
Resilient Sphere, I can't do anything. I can't like cast magic outside the bubble.
No, nothing can
that's the
pass
beauty of it.
through the globe.
That's the beauty of it, though. It's concentration, so I can drop it whenever I feel like.
Okay. Up to
So
you.
you do whatever dangerous maneuvers you want, and then tell me when you need the sphere down, and I'll bring it down for
Nice.
Alright, so
Nice.
have Jaeger go and do his attack. Because we can
Yeah,
just say you're holding your action until
Yeah.
you wait till Jaeger do his thing, so that'll play out. Alright, they both hit. And that is a kill.
you. Okay, yeah, cool. Ooh, I should switch to like Jaeger doing the talk whenever I do his rolls, like
Have Dawn do the
Oh, yeah.
robot modulator thing.
Oh God, I haven't. I know that's what Nate was using before.
Alrighty. So you do that, the swords go off, you do the attack, and then you cast the hamster ball.
Needless to say, he does return his previous sword back to him. Although that doesn't cost an action, does it?
No, it is. You can just click it there. It's in one of his little passive things that says he does that.
Right. Oh yeah. I see.
I've marked the car with a hamster ball, a heart in a circle.
I feel like the car. I feel like me, Mason, and the car have something special going on here.
Hey, I think this is our new like tank squad. The
We're on-
tankiest
on.
wizards the world has ever known.
Here's how we defeat the Titan. All right. I just rack on Resilient Sphere and cast that for 10 minutes, and you just ram into the Titan over and over again.
Yeah.
One will give.
Just like keep on hitting on its shin.
Yeah, I know. Just Shadow of the Colossus, but with flying cars.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think if I can. I can go even faster and deal more damage if I haste and I just drive like a few. Okay, I drive like 120 feet away. I cast haste on myself and long strider, and then I just fucking speed. And you give me the barrier.
Do it while going downwards, so you get that extra bit of momentum from gravity as well.
Wait. Let's just go to like high in the sky and then just drop with the barrier on us and just fucking crush his toe.
Oh God! Why do I feel sympathy for the poor guy?
just do like reverse gravity, except flip it again, so it's reverse gravity. So it's
I can't
super
actually
gravity.
do that, sadly.
Oh,
I can.
damn.
I basically just make an area. You're not on the ceiling now. Mwahaha. And it's actually kind of lame, but it is a giant cylinder, so
Hey,
it's in
there's
my
uses for
spellbook.
that. There's uses for that.
There's
I
always
got
uses for
spider
giant
climb for a
cylinders.
reason, so I can drive on the ceiling.
All right, sorry, we're taking up too much time.
Yeah,
Alright.
I do damage and I cast cast Resilient Sphere so that whatever he's about to do, I can't see jack shit. I think he's going to ram into the ship or something. I'm gonna do this so we don't take any more damage.
Alright. So she'll take the dodge action. Since these doors do not require any sort of check to open them, she can do so as a free action. She'll open it up, and you will see that one from your angle, Iris. Said you were holding your action for something?
Yeah, the produce flame, but since he's celestial, it's produce light. I think it hits.
Maybe. You never know.
I think it hits very well.
Alright.
What's your AC?
So, you hit that one so hard, the light just explodes on him. He flies, breaks the window, and straight out. And just in a big, radiant, flaming ball of fire.
Madness. This is Tavon. Boosh.
Alrighty. And, two more conjure down. Those of you who are aware of the effects hear the magic of the conjuring, but you do not know where they come from, as they don't really appear on anywhere you can see. But a few more show up, which haven't been to much of a consequence to all yet. They that is the top of the turn order. Now it is time we would normally call the game. This is 1 o'clock for me. I do not have a personal life. How's everybody feeling right now?
It's only 10. I'm good.
Yeah, I have so much time. Normally I stay up until like 1 or 2 a.m.
I'm good to go a bit longer.
So I gotta be up pretty early, but I could maybe make it through one more round.
The problem with me is that I'm actually moving in like 2 days.
Wow.
Ooh, I've been
yeah.
there, man.
So and let's just say, hypothetically speaking, I'm not the most prepared, and that I was hoping to, maybe get some work done tomorrow morning.
Oh, that I
Alrighty.
totally understand. Moving is the worst. It's terrible.
Alrighty. Well, that is 2 versus 3. So that is where this is where we will call it. Because we're 2 players down, I will consider that a cancel game. So this is where we're going to end it. We'll pick back up here where we left off. Yep. So you have killed quite a few enemies, and I will delete the ones that have fallen into oblivion. The one thing I was wanting to mention here that is the most hilarious thing about flying creatures is if you restrain them or grapple them, if you make their speed 0, they
fall.
immediately fall.
Well, here's the thing: they immediately fall unless you're really high up, in which case
They have so far to go, but they'll fall so far down that they won't be able to catch back up.
So that's what the synaptic snap and the charm are doing to them, as well. We're just making them fall.
Well, it did it incapacitate them?
At least one of them did.
I know the spray did, but that didn't. But they were already inside. Did the
maybe it was something different. But yeah,
did the
if anything,
static
if
thing
anything
do
gets
it?
knocked out of flying.
No.
So
if you can incapacitate them, grapple them, which grapple will just mean they're on you now, or just restrain them while in the air, they just fall.
That would be a very sad way to die. Death by falling.
Falling.
Fun thing is I don't think the fly spell gives you a hover speed, so you would fall too with the fly spell, wouldn't it?
But I have feather fall, so I would just fall 60 feet and then I would just get back at it because I have 60.
Yeah, as a reaction.
Fly.
Can't you just ignore the physical realm anyways by going into the ethereal one?
That's a 7th level spell that I spent to do a chain lightning.
Whoa! You gave up the ability to. You gave up our ace in the hole for a little bit of extra lightning damage.
Hey, that was my opener. I wanted to go big, but hey, next rest I'll get it back. For now, I still am not at my full defensive capabilities. I got Fire Shield to cast. I can
you always start slow. I started out with Fart Cloud. You
Fart
always
Cloud,
start
that's
slow.
what it is.
I saw a mob of enemies grouped up. I was like, I need to get this taken care of.
I gotta admit, the ramming was really fun.
Oh yeah.
It's not too much damage, and it can rack up a bit too. But it's basically a amped up charge attack.
Yeah.
That Minotaurs and Centaurs get.
Yeah, it gets more powerful if I am not focusing on flying, but I get haste, so I can spend a lot more movement and just drive 120 feet away, and then just start the combat with a 120-foot ram.
Alrighty. Anyway, this is what the end of the recording will be, and what the end of tonight's session will be. Any